I can. I don't think I prepared it. Unless
Where we left off, it
I
was
did.
like 4 p.m. You guys were just waiting for the day to end.
Cool. Then tomorrow I can prepare Speak with Animals at that.
So yeah, we could just start with the long rest if you guys want.
Yeah, that's nice.
But we're gonna recap for last time, so I should open my notes, turn off my AC. You guys wouldn't believe how many windows I'm navigating right now. It's incredible, and frankly, I deserve an award.
Paper plate award
Maybe
coming your way soon.
maybe a Nobel Prize.
Damn.
$1 million.
I can't do that.
First annual Nobel Prize in
Last
D&D.
Yeah, hey, I'll take the first. Last time, my notes start with Jeff dips his hand and face into the volcano of positive energy, calculating it as a very good thing since he's healing. Let's start a little further back. You guys opened a portal on top of Kelvin's cairn that started spewing positive energy everywhere. Yeah? Everybody remember that?
Yep.
Yes.
Positive energy going everywhere. Jeff dips his hands and face in, washes his hands in the fountain of just healing magic coming from this. Let's see. The sun goes dark. Bozu points out it's still there, but just in the sky. A dark ball. Silas empowers their writhing battery, which is that picture I sent. It looks very cool now. It's in the Discord. Jeff explodes, which is that other picture I sent. Gosh, these are good pictures. I'm so good at Photoshop. Ezra cast an anti-magic field, which did remove a chunk of the mountain along with suppressing all the magic in a 10-foot radius. You guys never exactly found out why that was? I don't think anyone said anything.
Sorry, say again.
I'm reading, I realize I do have 2 pages of notes on last session, so I'm going to go from memory instead. You guys open a portal, Jeff explodes. Writhing battery gets small and green. Very powerful. Intelligence 30. You guys fight over it a lot. Anti-magic is cast. I think you guys sealed the portal in the mountain as a very funny joke on me, the DM, who could not have anticipated that. What else happened? Bury that. You guys travel to the Dwarven Valley where you talk to Barrick. Last name. Barrick Stonehammer. The other side of that civil war that was fought in the Dwarven Valley. All the dwarves in there wear Chartolin. They bought some of your Chartolin. Michael, you have a new AC because you sold your armor.
I sure do.
So I went ahead and changed that in your character sheet.
Thank you.
You guys tried to bring Jeff back, and it didn't work. And then you pleaded with God to bring Jeff back, and it didn't work. And then Hedron appeared and said, "This won't work, but I'll do it," and brought Jeff back as a bear, which you guys were all okay with.
Yep, no qualm.
Hedron might have mentioned that she accidentally did a curse on all of Chartolin when she died, along with creating this place. That was a fun revelation, and this whole world might be Chartolin, and might only be the reflection of what Chartolin sees on the material plane, maybe. And she shrugged her head very high. No, her shoulders. That one. She shrugged her shoulders very high. Everybody laughed. So I was given a tour. There's some kind of facility under Kelvin's cairn that you guys deducted Damarith asked them to make. but they're basically churning out empowered Chartolin ingots for whatever reason. And are expecting Daminus to return, but he's not returning because he's dead. For now. You guys went back up to the mountain after that, dispelled the Chartolin hand mirror that you guys buried under there, which was still spewing out positive energy down into the mountain, breaking the mirror. You spent an hour digging up part of the mountain to get all the glass shards from that or find out what happened to it. It was all just little pieces of glass. Hedgewood appeared again. You guys fixed the mirror together, that one from Keith's. And decided to take a long rest so that you'd actually have everything you need to escape this place. Anyone want to add anything? Like I hit all the...
You
my
got
notes are
everything.
very
Good work, Derek.
mechanical, I realize. I should have just gone from memory instead of reading this. One thing that could have changed the course of this whole campaign that I missed, because it was a single line that I realized after browsing the Rime of the Frost Maiden subreddit, which you're all not allowed to go on. Trek, you have a bag of beans. And I'll tell you where it was.
Yep.
In Etherin, there was a tower of transmutation that had a metal statue of a lady made of adamantine. And if you explore the room, you should have found a bag of beans. Except it was a little tiny line after everything else about the room. And I missed it.
Oh, wow.
So I've added that to the magic items in your journals track. Feel free to read that. Crazy things can happen.
What
Just be-
color?
It's not a bag of tricks. It's a bag of beans.
Oh. Okay.
Bag of beans is basically a watered down deck of many things. So,
Oh, cool.
uh-oh.
Nice.
I realized that should have been a part of the campaign after reading a Reddit post about people who were like, my characters ate a bean and exploded when a pyramid came out of them and a mummy lord attacked them. What did you guys do to fix this? And there were like lots of replies saying, my characters did this too with the bag of beans. So that's just a warning. Maybe figure out what they do before you eat them. There's lots of homebrew on there. That subreddit.
Can we
I'm ranting.
identify the bag of beans?
Yeah, you identify the bag of beans. It could do random things.
Really nice looking bag.
Trek can tell you all about it.
We should give them to Jeff one at a time. See what happens.
They look pretty tasty.
They do look pretty tasty. They look like sensu beans, which are another type of bean.
That's a good bean.
Otherwise, it is Uktar the 28th, 4 p.m. Sun is once again bright overhead. Hedron has just left after you guys promised. First thing in the morning, you guys would be getting out of here. You guys can feel free to start your long rest, and we'll just progress to the next day, or if anyone wants to do anything today. Now.
No, I feel pretty good about sleeping.
All right.
I kind of want to turn into a bear and talk to Jeff,
That sounds fine too.
but we can sleep first.
What's up?
How you doing?
Oh, you know, I'm a bear now,
What's your name?
Jeff. Do I have a bear name? Or wait, are there bear names?
I'm like, I don't know, man. I want to make sure it's still you.
Oh yeah, still me.
What's your grandma's name?
B?
Okay. Can you still fight?
I mean, I can't do all my cool stuff, but I mean, I bet I could. I bet I could like punch and bite.
I bet I could take you on a push-up contest now.
Oh, fuck you. I start doing push-ups as a bear.
I want to do push-ups too.
Zach, do you have access to polar bear?
Polar bear stats strength is 20.
Here, I'll edit in players' journals. Okay. You should be able to see that now. It's going to be under creatures and NPCs, creatures, and then you'll see polar bear. Be able to access the character sheet.
I gotcha. Cool.
Yeah, if you guys want to roll athletics just to see, a confirmation of Zach's ability to use the character sheet.
Derek, can you do it for me real quick? I'm trying to figure out Roll20 on my phone.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it does not have an athletics button, so I just have to do it +5.
Yeah, you can just click on strength.
Oh, right. That makes sense.
Kerrigan got a 30.
Nice.
Wow. Zach got
23.
a,
Damn.
yeah. Oh, it is whispering the rolls, I realize. I'll change that.
Gotcha. Wait, they had advantage on that?
Yeah, of course. Kerrigan goes into a rage.
Oh, fuck. That's bullshit.
How do I do this? There we go. Kerrigan, the werebear, and the polar bear start doing push-ups. Kerrigan wins. You guys all settle in for a long winter's nap as I progress the day tracker to Uktar 29. Pick new spells, do whatever, reset everything. It's all good. All good. Nice.
Thanks. We can teleport places again.
Yeah, that's one healthy helm. Bag of beans. Can you see bag of beans track?
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure.
It looks highly chaotic.
Yeah, I'm reading that you plant it in dirt or sand and then water it. And then an effect happens. So you don't have to eat it, which is what I'm hearing a lot of people say.
They're so tasty, though.
That was all the runes surrounding it in the room were like, do not eat. A lot of people pyramided.
The inscription in that room was actually, it was the one that was telling you to consume poison.
Huh. I see how it was confusing.
Yeah. That it does make more sense now, I see. Do I roll for anything? It's been so long. It is now October the 29th, 8 a.m. Good morning, everybody. The sun is still bright. It didn't go down at night. You guys slept in the bright sunlight of the mountain.
Yep. Used to it.
What would you all like to do?
Cast demi-plane so we can go home.
Dope.
Let's do it.
I forget who it was that was preparing that.
Probably Silas.
Probably Silas.
Are we still gonna try to get the people from my tribe home?
Probably Silas.
Yeah,
I
we're
think
we're
he's
gonna
retired.
take Hedron with us, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I don't care. I was just wondering.
Edrin's a little weird, but like could be fun.
They did say they would be here first thing in the morning. They have not arrived yet.
Can
Howard.
we
Oh,
do perception check?
Yeah. Nice. You don't spot anything at the moment.
Guess they're
I'd
gone.
like to use my charm of sending from the plum I ate a few weeks ago,
Okay.
and just send, "Hey, you ETA?"
You get back in your mind the voice of Hedron, who I'm assuming you're sending that to.
Yep.
Almost there. Had to travel, you know, in real life, bringing Olaf.
All right, guys, she's on her way. I think she's probably dragging her icicle boyfriend, so maybe we just give it a minute.
Yeah, I'll remind you all that every time she's appeared, she's been creating snow bodies. It appears that she is coming in person for this event.
Mm-hmm.
Wild.
Can I ritual cast augury to see if Olaf's gonna be like bad news? If we wait for her and Olaf?
Absolutely. I typed in Olaf instead of augury.
Excuse me.
Consulting
Right.
your star chart.
Yep, consulting the star chart. It takes like 10 minutes, so you guys can hang out.
Specific course of action you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. And it's just, is Olaf going to be bad news?
If we wait for Hedron and Olaf.
I don't think you get anything back. Neither wheel nor woe.
Wait, do I get neither or do I get nothing?
Nothing is the fourth answer here, which could imply something is wrong or just it's not particularly
It's neither.
good
Oh,
or
I
bad.
thought it would tell me neither. My bad.
Probably be fine.
Yeah. While that's happening, Jeff is going to try and practice fighting as a bear.
Yeah, here's what I'm going to do is have you make an acrobatics check as a polar bear,
Perfect. Yep. Because that's.
which
Yep.
I'm assuming polar bears aren't proficient in.
Nope.
So just that's it.
15.
15. You managed to stand on 2 feet, um, hold a sword like clasped between two paws, swinging it.
Perfect.
It doesn't look particularly effective, but
All
you
right.
are swinging a sword.
I'm gonna drop the short sword and just start shadow boxing,
I'll
seeing how
against
fast I
you.
can go.
I'll fight you.
Okay. Do some late sparring.
Do you want me to do claws out or like
No,
sword?
claws in, just like light taps.
Okay.
I don't have many hit points. I feel
So
weak in this body.
so I shouldn't lethally attack you. Okay, cool.
Please don't.
You're much slower than you're used to, Jeff.
Damn it.
Yeah, you reckon you could probably attack, I think, once a turn.
Twice a turn.
Twice a turn. Oh, a little faster than I thought.
Just the
But
claws.
not as fast as I usually am.
But your attacks also have no effect on Kerrigan at all, even if you hit.
Right.
Hee hee.
Oof.
About an hour passes as the polar bear trains itself in very human arts. I'm trying to think of how Hedron is going to appear on this mountain.
They could ride the ice like a skateboard. Do a cool like ollie.
I'm
That'd be
thinking
pretty
about
great.
that.
I like it a lot.
Or like Frozone.
Or she
Uh,
could ride Olaf's like icicle body, like a skateboard, like a snowboard.
You guys see a hand feebly reach over one of the cliff sides, and in full climbing gear, Hedron arrives. You recognize the headdress first. Antlers with a spike of chartolin. Very out of breath, Hedron arrives. Hey guys,
Hey, Derek.
Hey, Hedron.
it's
Hey.
so hard to climb up this mountain.
Could I do an insight check on how I think the tribe would feel about this person coming back?
Absolutely. You've also been told by Hedron that they have no plans to stay in Icewind Dale.
Okay.
Once they get back, they're going south with Olaf. Speaking of which, a giant hand reaches over the cliff, covered in fur, as climbing over the cliff with her is a Yeti.
What?
What?
Oh, you
What?
didn't tell us he was super hot. I meant human again.
Hedron brushing snow off herself as she climbs, standing even with you guys, the Yeti standing next to her.
How tall is this Yeti?
12 feet tall.
I'm jealous.
If I stand
gonna-
on my hind legs, am I that tall?
No,
Fuck.
I'm
maybe
gonna
9
point.
feet tall.
I want to point to Olaf and just say what?
One other detail I add is Track you would recognize. Her eyes are like glowing blue, which was not the case with the snow body, but this IRL Hedron has those icy, piercing blue eyes. It's
rude to
hey, it's me,
point.
Hedron. What'd you say, Michael?
I said, Track, it's rude to point. I put down her paw.
I will stop pointing.
What's the issue? It's me, Hedron.
Olaf's a Yeti?
Are we ready to go?
Can you explain?
You remember how I was like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna go wrong when you asked me to bring Jeff back?
Oh, is this why you thought that?
Yeah.
Mm,
That's okay. We can kill and resurrect both of them.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I got 2 reincarnates today.
Oh my god. Really?
Yeah.
Do you guys want to do that first?
should we wait till we're back first?
It might be better to be like around other people.
Around other people?
You know, like if we need medical attention. On the
I'm-
correct plane of existence might be helpful.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Also,
why
I
not?
need some rare oil. I need some rare oils and unguents.
Gotcha.
Can't you
So,
just make
yeah.
that with your mug?
I don't think so. That's funny.
Unless mayonnaise is a rare
yeah.
unguent.
I mean, it's rare here, I'm sure.
Would mayonnaise count as a rare oil in Icewind Dale?
No.
Are you sure?
It
No.
should.
The
It's
concept
eggs.
of rare unguents is not such
Well,
a free concept.
It can produce oil.
Yeah, I think it's more specific rare unguents it's talking about.
All right.
I don't know. It's pretty vague.
It's not. I, the DM, am telling you, mayonnaise will not work for this.
Is mayonnaise an unguent?
So, we ready to get this ball rolling?
Yeah, let's do it.
And your eyes are so much more piercing in person.
Thank you. It's true. Thank you.
Can I look at the Yeti and just like give him the subtle like guy nod of like, oh, you too?
Yeah, of course. Let me roll an insight check for Yeti. Why for Yeti? On your guard. That's not the wind howling. Callista, hawk of the Emerald Enclave.
What?
That's just a I don't know why on all the creatures they have little blurbs
Yeah.
or like fun references to Yetis. The Yeti slowly uncrosses their eyes as you do this, polar bear, and they nod at you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like shrug my shoulders and nod back. All right, cool. Yeah, we get each other.
Do you guys have the mirror out? How's this happening?
Sure.
The
Take
mirror
it
is out. It stands with its stand that it has had this whole time, definitely.
Great. Silas?
Silas, says Hedron.
Silas, says Silas. Yeah. Okay, let's get this party going. I have one shot at this today. And then we'd have to wait for a long rest for me to be able to do this again.
Can anyone give you advantage in some way?
It's just a spell that I cast. Demiplane. It's just a spell that I cast.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah, I
I'm
think you should go
ready,
for
says
it.
Hedron.
Okay. I am going to cast the spell Demiplane, Derek.
You cast Demiplane on the standing mirror and... I'm checking what time it is. 9 a.m. The reflection turns dark as you see another Icewind Dale on the other side of this mirror.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Nice, says Hedron.
All right. Are we going through?
Can one of you, I don't... She points to Olaf, who is massive. Can one of you
Sorry,
shrink?
medium creatures only. Or smaller.
Yeah. Can one of you do something?
I mean,
Make him small?
I wish you'd told me. I have an
They,
enlarge reduce spell that I don't think I prepared.
I mean, he could probably squeeze. I just don't want him to be uncomfortable. It's me, Hedron.
Worse. A little bit of uncomfort or being stuck here without you. Seems like those are your only two options.
Why is this man being so mean to me? It's me, Hedron.
Oh, he's just a mean guy. We've
He
been
just
working on
opened
it.
you a portal home.
I mean, he's being
Thank you, Track.
extremely rude about it.
If you wanted nice, you should have said so.
He's cleaning up
Listen,
his home so his parents don't yell at him, so it's like it's a whole thing.
What?
If that's not the most Silas thing I've ever heard.
we wouldn't have needed this doorway home if I hadn't greeted this place in the first place, so you should
Yeah.
be thanking me.
Sounds like your fault.
Yeah, that sounds kind of the opposite.
I am bailing you out of your own problem and taking your weird monster boyfriend with you.
Wow, you're
And
what
you
they
say
said to me.
I'm mean. Shut the fuck up, Zach.
Jeff is gonna start sniffing the mirror.
Okay.
And does it smell like home?
No.
I put my nose through the portal. Does it smell like home?
Your head travels through the portal. It is, you see a dark Icewind Dale.
Does it smell like home?
Zach, you've been a polar bear for a day.
I have advantage on perception checks with smell.
You smell, you,
I'll smell too.
things have sense. Okay?
Perfect.
You're in a reflection.
I'm gonna
I-
run through the portal.
A meteor is gonna hit you, Zach.
I go through.
I run
okay.
through the portal too.
I suck in
Zach
my gut.
disappears through the portal. Kerrigan disappears through the portal. Hedron is taking Olaf's hand and guiding him towards the portal. I think Astrid and Kit both jump through.
I'll wait for Hedron and Olaf to go through, then I'll go through.
Okay. Bozy, are you doing anything?
No, just kind of chilling.
Can I keep the spell going if I go through the portal?
The spell lasts an hour.
Okay, then yeah, I want to go through.
It's not a. I don't think it's a concentration spell.
It's not. I just want. Then I'll go through.
Okay. Hedron guides Olaf all the way to the portal, like trying to squeeze him through. His head bashes against the portal, and he backs up.
Just like duck.
Like collides with the portal like it's a solid thing.
Oh,
That's
like he
kind of
just
funny.
like he can't go through.
Yeah, sounds like he's part of the dummy plane and can't leave. So sorry.
If you think it's a
Uh,
size thing, if we wait a day, I can prepare and large reduce.
I don't think it's a size thing, says Hedron.
I talked
Um,
I talked to Kerrigan and tell them hey, I think the other him needs to be in there for him to come out.
Hedron
Um,
is like full grasp around his arm, guiding his hand towards the portal, and it just bounces off.
wait,
I
Jeff, do you want to try to bounce off of it?
No, I'm already through.
Oh, you're through? Cool.
It's just you and Trek on that side with Hedron
Yeah.
and Olaf.
I can stick my head out, turn back into like a hybrid, and tell them that.
So there's another Olaf on the other side, I guess, says Hedron.
No,
Oh, what?
that's why we think he can't come through. Unless I understood this incorrectly. Hold on, let me talk to Jeff again.
Remember, Kit could travel through because Damarith was in the mirror plane, right? So
Yes.
then I'm assuming that real Olaf has to be in the mirror plane for this Olaf to come through.
Cool, cool. Stick my head back through and tell them that.
Is that how this
Nice.
works?
I don't know, but that's all I know about it with Kit so far.
Or maybe this Yeti's just made of Chardolin. And, like, that's a thing. I don't know. What kind of magic did you do on him exactly?
I brought him back to life.
What'd you use to do that?
Magic.
Seems like he did it
Okay.
bad.
Did you use a spell?
I think so.
Did it have a name?
Probably.
All right. Um,
Trek, you're getting
Good.
the idea. This is not someone who has a lot of control over their magic.
can I pull Track aside? Hey Track. I want to run an idea by you. Um, if we kill him, then it kind of doesn't matter where his other self is because he's like dead. But then if we bring him through and like heal him, maybe. Does this make any sense?
Yeah, like that might loophole it.
Yeah. Do you think that what's her face is gonna like that? Because my guess is no.
I actually think she might go for it.
You think?
Because then we could
Uh,
also bring him back as not a Yeti.
Hedron has already raised her hand, and a spike of ice shoots out of the mountain through Olaf.
Wow, dramatic, drastic.
Wow, all right. Cool. Great. Let's try it.
I will
Can we
help
get him
try
off
to move his
the
body.
spike of mountain?
Sorry, were you guys plotting something?
We were just wondering if you would take. Yeah, I think we had the same idea. I was just,
I was
I
ju-
didn't want to bring it up if it was gonna upset you.
I was just gonna go through the portal and find the other Olaf.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
There's no such thing as loyalty in this day and
Is that
age.
What are you talking about? That's exactly what loyalty is. I'm loyal to Olaf.
Maybe you should go on the other side and find a therapist.
Hedron starts to go through the portal and her head bounces off of it.
Oh
Oh.
no.
Wow. Can I try moving Olaf's hand through the portal?
He's impaled on the mountain currently.
Is he close enough?
Sure, why not?
Does it
You
bounce?
drag his hand towards the portal, and it does not go through.
Hmm.
Hedron is standing next to it, pressing her hands against it, which should not be a thing that anyone can do, unless something was wrong here. What does this mean, guys?
No
Hedron,
idea.
gotta say, real confused. I think Jeff's idea makes sense. It's possible there's another Charlene witch on the other side. And that when you came through here, they went through there. And maybe we need to find them and bring him back.
I don't think I followed that.
Is that not what Jeff said? I tried to
That
track.
is-
Am I missing the point?
Could you say it a different way?
Maybe
Um,
there's another Hedron on the other side, and that's
Oh,
preventing you? Although we could all get into the mirror realm.
I think there are us and our reflections are allowed to be in the mirror realm, but us and our reflections aren't allowed to be in the real world. Only one. You know?
which I'm assuming Kerrigan translates and tells the rest of the group.
Yeah, I was just gonna
Mhm.
say that I jump through, transform, scream it, jump through again.
Okay. If there's another Hedron, she's definitely dead.
What makes you say that?
Because I remember dying.
uh,
She can't die on that side.
What?
what?
Mirror copies can't die on the other side.
What?
So like,
Remember, every time Kit died, he just came back. He just lost his memories.
Okay, I jump through, I start talking about liches.
You're gonna have to be more specific.
I say, hey, was the other version of you a lich? And then I talk about how Kit came back to life every single time he died.
Which I'll remind the group, Kit had a phylactery,
Yeah, wasn't that his
Yeah.
phylactery? Not the mirror.
Right. Shit. My bad.
which I've reminded you every time you've told me reflections are immortal.
I don't think it's gonna work. I think we should just go. Sorry. And I go through one last time.
She turns to Bozu and Trek. Can you guys, I don't know, then find my body and bring it here?
yeah, Hedron, tell you what, I'm gonna do my best. I will. I can like locate objects. Do you have like an object that would definitely be on your body? Because that's gonna help me. And I'll know I find
She,
it if they like annihilate or whatever.
I don't know what those words mean, but she points to her headdress with
Cool.
the
Like
antlers and the
if you
chartling.
let me try to take that with me, then I can use it to try to find its counterpart in the other world and bring that back here.
Well, that makes sense to me. She hands you her hat.
Thanks. I'm gonna just hold the hat. I'm not putting it on, just holding the hat in my arm. And I'm like, see you on the other side, Hedron. Good luck. You need you have like food?
Yeah.
Or, like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I've been living here for years.
Yeah. Okay, just making sure you're all right.
I'm not in danger.
Cool. Cool. Well, and then just so I can find you, and I'm gonna give her one of my little Grimshaw figurines I've made so that I can search for that later. I'll give her um uh, I'll give her Ariel.
Oh,
You want this one or you want a goat?
no, why don't you guys just cause like massive havoc if you return, and I
So
think I'll
see,
pick
this
up
is
on that.
like this
We always
suggestion is like okay, whatever. All right, bye. Later, skater. And I'm gonna like pop a wheelie, jump through the mirror.
Bozu flips through the mirror.
will also go through the portal.
All right.
Headdress
Welcome to
came with
Icewind
me.
Dale, everybody. Yeah, you have
Yay!
a headdress.
How do you spell Hedron?
I'll type it in chat.
Thank you. Not how I thought.
It's phonetic. What it looks
Yeah.
like. How would you have spelled it?
Headrin.
Okay.
Anyway,
Spelling it with an M at the end.
You all are standing on a dark Icewind Dale, Kelvin's Cairn mountaintop. There is a portal ahead of you, a bright and shiny Icewind Dale on the other side.
Am I still a bear?
You are still a bear.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah. We gotta take care of that.
go get some unguents.
Bryn Shander?
Yeah, y'all want want to teleport? Want to risk it?
I'm down.
All right. Everyone hold hands. I'm gonna use the helm to teleport to Brinchander.
Nice.
Is the holding hands thing necessary? Or is it just like
Yes.
a weird team building thing you want to do?
Yeah, it's mostly team building, not gonna lie.
I hold Silas's hand.
Grab Silas's
You're a
And
other
bear.
hand.
I hold
Verb
Jeff's paw.
Cool.
want me to roll 100?
No, I already did.
Okay. Right, that's your job now.
I would assume you're very familiar with Bryn Shander
Yeah, I'd say.
as I move the party here. Where did you want to appear in Bryn Shander?
Bees.
That sounds good to me.
Like outside bees.
I move you all to the Bryn Shander map. Ooh. The party appears in a flash of light in the snowy and dark Bryn Shander, sitting outside Bee's house.
Is it nighttime?
It's like morning as far as you can tell.
Oh, okay, it's just dark.
Yep,
And it's still the 29th, right?
as far as you know, yes.
Okay. Hey,
Uh,
before we go inside, guys, would it be better if we killed some time right now, got unguents, did a whole Jeff thing, and then show up at Bees tomorrow because it's her birthday?
Ooh. Yeah, good
And it would
idea.
be a real nice present. But it's a lot worse of a present if we don't have Jeff.
Do we have other presents for me? Think she might like more?
No, we should go shopping.
Good, good.
All right. Instead of going into Bees, let's go into town.
all right. Just heading to the like marketplace.
Yep.
You guys head to the center of town. Ooh, ah. There's
Is
people milling about. It's normal traffic for early morning Icewind Dale.
Are we getting weird stares that there are 2 full polar bears in town?
Weirdly, the presence of Kerrigan in the form of a werebear is. Some people are giving the polar bear a weird look, and then they see Kerrigan, and they're like, "Oh, of course, that makes sense," and they go about their
Okay,
business.
cool.
Icewind Dale has never been a stranger to lycanthropes.
Gotcha. Thank you.
You guys are in the center of town. Ooh, there's stalls and things. A lot of people are already set up for the day.
Can I look around for arguments or us?
Can I? What's the total gold cost you need for this?
1,000.
1,000.
Might not be the marketplace.
Is there an essential oils saleswoman in town?
What I'm gonna have you do, Michael, is roll a d20. There's a pretty good chance that Bryn Shander has it, but it's not. 1,000 gold of rare things is uh
I got a 6.
6. I'm gonna say it's gonna take you a few hours, but you do find it. You have to shop at like 3 different stores.
Yeah, I get like a bunch of arguments worth 200.
Yeah. So if you want to mark off 1,000 gold,
I'll take that from the party fund.
No, I got plenty.
Oh, right.
If anyone wants to do anything else, as Bozu is shopping, haggling, and etc. for several hours.
I want to go shopping too.
For
A gift for B, the best person in this party.
anything in particular?
Shit.
I didn't think I'd have to name a thing.
I
Just
He would
be
want.
like,
I wanna like grab Silas's hand in my mouth and lead her over to the blacksmith that B knows.
I'm gonna get us best friend bracelets.
Okay.
Yes.
Matching.
You can
Mine
mark
says
off.
best and hers is gonna say friend.
If you want to mark off, I don't know, a silver or two.
Okay.
I'm sure you could find that easily. Yes, Bozy.
I was gonna say, as I pass the group running from one oil salesperson to another, I'm gonna say like, oh, and if anyone can find some gems to encrust my scrimshaw bowl, I can throw be a hero's feast tomorrow. It might be really, really fun.
Jeff and I go looking for gems.
Do we have any gems?
Not enough.
Hmm.
You guys might have picked some up from wherever those Duergar were. I don't know how. You might have sold them also.
We sold a lot of gems.
Oh yeah.
Is there like a gem store around?
Same thing. I'll have you roll a d20. Any specific gold cost, Michael?
Yeah, 1,000. I give them 1,000 gold.
Sounds good.
Bozy's
Jeff,
never
can
been
you
good
roll the
with money.
d20? Oh, wait, no, I can do it actually.
Yeah, either of you roll a d20. You could probably find about 400 gold worth of gems.
We should have gone to Tourmaline.
Yeah.
Is there a Tourmaline booth?
I think that's where you found the
Fuck.
gems. As you just buy their whole stock. If
And
you want.
support
Do you
local
guys want
business.
200 gold worth of gems?
Yeah.
Worth it so we can throw a hero's face in the wild someday, you know? Just keep them.
So keep track of that somewhere. I don't know. Michael handed off 1,000 gold. You guys spent 200 that are now gems.
All right, I'm gonna put that in the party fund.
We could also just give it back to him. Either or.
What do you prefer? They're yours, Michael.
Yeah, just give it all back to me and I'll keep track of it so I can keep track of my like spell.
All right, so you
components.
got 800 gold and then 200 worth of gems.
Cool. Thank you.
I think the person manning the booth would also tell you, like, they'd be getting more gems in at the end of the in a few days. Not in time for a birthday party tomorrow, though.
No.
Can I go to the blacksmith and see if they have a set of tinker tools that they would be willing to engrave with a small B on each one of
I'll
the tools?
yeah, I'll
Aw.
translate.
Kerrigan, being led by this bear, translates the request. That's definitely something they could do.
Hell yeah. How much would that cost?
I would guess 30 gold.
Perfect. I'll throw that down and I'll get my B encrusted tinker tools.
Tinker tools. No results found. Artisan equipment.
I want to find homemade cookies.
Of
I was
course,
thinking
there
maybe
are
like a birthday
bakeries.
cake.
Or a cake.
Home treasure, trade goods. Next page. Armor. I'm trying to confirm the price of those tinker tools. You find a bakery that sells cakes.
I want to buy 3.
I want to buy 3 cakes.
Mhm.
They're very thick cakes. They are 5 copper each.
Okay.
Cheap
You can
cake.
think you can afford that?
Yeah. Not much more than that, but yeah.
Derek, tinker tools are 50 gold, not including any engraving.
Then 55.
Cool.
Yeah, I just found that too. Hooray! But the sun does slowly come up. Anyone with the blessing of the Morning Lord gets those temp HP.
What up?
Hopefully not too startling a thing after the incident on Kelvin's Cairn in the Mirror. I'll leave it off at about noon. You've got cakes, you've got some gems, you've got whatever Michael was looking for that I already forgot about. Unguents, oils.
So should we try to do a ritual sacrifice?
Yes, but we should probably go somewhere more private.
Yeah.
Yeah, middle of town probably isn't the best.
Be exciting.
Or like an inn.
Could I also get everybody to make an insight check?
That's intelligence?
Wisdom.
Nice.
You with disadvantage, Zach.
8.
Okay. Mel, you're picking up kind of a somber tone in the air as you go shopping all these places.
Is it just me or does everyone seem a little down?
Not really.
Just you.
It's a birthday coming up. How could people be down?
Also, who cares?
A fair point from Silas.
We've all done a good job of getting in character.
At the last shop that we stop at, can I ask the shopkeeper? Hey, we've been out of town for a few days. What's been going on?
A few days. How many days were you out?
I don't know, a while. It was hard to keep track.
Okay. I mean, the speaker just died.
What?
Yeah, there was apparently Duergar attacked.
Oh, jeez. Which speaker?
Duvessa Shane.
Oh, yeah. That sucks.
Silas from the Discord. I thought it was B and got pissed.
I thought it was
Uh,
Joe and I was gonna get excited.
no, but the sheriff is taking over, so that's kind of good, I guess.
What was the sheriff's name here again?
Flock.
I don't
You
remember
remember
him.
the last time this happened in the past. Ooh. Duergar attacked, Duvessa was killed, and the sheriff transferred power to Astrid.
Right.
But it seems like Astrid wasn't here this time.
Yep.
We warned them
Well,
about the
she did.
Duergar?
You did.
We did.
So why did that still happen?
We should talk to the sheriff to learn more about the details of her death.
Yeah, maybe it is the sheriff too.
The other thought is that even when we return to the past, we can't undo deaths that have already happened in our future.
That doesn't
And
really
so
make
this is
sense.
pointless.
Well, Lumi would be proof that that's not true.
Well, Lumi's alive for now.
Where did you leave Lumi, Michael?
I was gone for a few sessions,
Okay, we'll
and then you
assume he's
guys
at.
were in a mirror realm.
Yeah, we'll assume he's
So
at B's then.
yeah, I would have liked if when I wasn't here with the party, I had put him somewhere safe.
He is at B's being taken care of.
Yeah, so as
Absolutely.
far as you know, Lumi's alive.
Okay, well, or maybe the sheriff faked a Duergar attack so he could grab power.
We were very suspicious last time about that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I can go read his mind.
Yeah, but my goddess said like he was to be trusted.
Okay, but Jeff's goddess said that he was to be
She's
trusted.
been she's been a little MIA lately, though.
The fact that your goddess said we can trust him is honestly more proof that we shouldn't.
Ouch.
Just saying facts.
You know, Jeff said you had a really good point, Silas.
I look betrayed.
Just
I look.
kidding.
There's
Just
a
kidding.
there's a bare look of shock.
It just looks like the Pikachu meme.
Perfect. That's exactly what I thought. Let's go talk to Sheriff Flock. Or do we want to do ritual cat or ritual sacrifice first?
Yeah, wait, maybe we should make Jeff into a person again first.
I think that's a good idea.
All right.
Should we find like a fun little area?
Perfect.
Fun
Sure.
little
What?
murder pit.
Where's a good place?
I said a fun little murder pit. Doesn't like B have a good shed we could go hide in until I were like tinkering around?
Well, we don't want to ruin the surprise.
Fair.
Why don't we go to the house of the Morning Lord?
Sounds good.
Sure, you want to kill your friend? Come on in.
Oh wait, what about Keith's house?
Is he still
Yeah,
dead? Because then
that's
that's
not being
perfect.
used, right?
He's pretty dead.
Yeah, all right.
Like you
Yeah,
said,
let's
I think
go.
you mean our second house.
You think you mean HQ?
He's not using it.
I wonder if his body's still there. We kind of just left him.
Could be funny. Could be a fun gift for Velen.
All right. I start walking towards Keith's house.
I'll move you guys over to Keith's house, which is here. Let's see if I remember what state it was left in. Did you guys break open the door or probably lockpicked it?
I mean, I think I just broke it down.
Well, it's there's a solid door there.
I've broken it before.
The hinges are not all the way on.
Open the door.
You open the door and it falls from its frame.
We did leave Zardorak's head there.
There is a. As you walk in, you are greeted by the sight of Zardorak's head.
How's it looking?
Just like it's just resting on a countertop. I think you guys put a crown on top of it. that you would recognize as the one from Ethrin
Mm-hmm.
that keeps you alive but steals your memories.
Okay, cool. We got like a slab or something we can put him on? Like an altar, maybe?
There's like the tattoo chair.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Tattoo chair?
Let's give him. Hold on, let's give him the worst tattoo. This is
Uh,
my only chance.
You're talking about the head?
no, they're talking about me.
Talking
Not.
about you?
He loves tattoos.
I'm
Um,
saying when we reincarnate him, any tattoo he has will go away. So this is a perfect opportunity for me to practice giving people tattoos.
I'll just let you give me a tattoo. I don't care.
I'm an artist.
You're not an artist? You
What?
scrimshaw.
No, that's what I said. I'm an artist.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, then never mind. We can just kill Jeff and do the tattoo stuff later.
this is all feeling a little too nonchalant here.
Don't worry, man. I prepared reincarnate for sure. Double checked. Got my rare oils and ungevens. And now I got to say something funny. So Derek will give me some inspiration so I can do a good job at it.
I'll give you guidance before you do anything.
So exciting.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Kerrigan, have you translated at all that the plan is to kill Jeff to Jeff?
I don't know. I do that now. Hey, Jeff, we're gonna kill you and resurrect you. We've got all the ingredients. That's what we were shopping for.
Uh,
We've done it like 2 times already.
Ah,
I
jeez,
3 times the
man.
charm.
listen. I know. I just die a lot more than like the average person.
Yeah, I
A
think
lot
that's a you
more than
problem.
the average bear.
Feels forced, Michael. I don't know.
No, Derek, that one was just for free. That one was just for love of the game.
Ah, perfect.
um, I just go like, okay, just can you guys get it in one? I just
For
I don't
sure.
want
For
I
sure.
hate
I don't
pain.
want to spend another $1,000 on oils. So yeah,
Okay,
we'll
I
get
can
it.
reach and then try to snap his neck.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
It's like no,
Is that the
Is that
best
not good for
way?
you?
hit
Is
me
that
with
really
that.
the best way?
Hit me with that necrotic axe and just rage into it. You know?
Oh,
I
hang
mean, I
on.
could rip him apart from the inside.
Oh
How much
Jesus,
HP does he have?
Like none.
that's not necessarily true. But anyways, I'm a big bear.
Does anyone have any problems with Jeff? Because I could polymorph him back into person Jeff, and then we could kill
Oh,
him.
yeah, we might need that because reincarnate needs a humanoid.
Oh,
No,
can you
that's
polymorph into a person?
I
I
can
can
polymorph
polymorph
him
him
into a
real quick.
person. Yeah, or Bozu can. Why
Yeah.
doesn't Bozu do it?
Yeah, here, let me give that a little quick shot, Derek. Can I polymorph Jeff into
wait.
hey, can you ask Jeff human or elf?
He was a half elf.
Read
I don't
polymorph.
remember.
Read
I have.
polymorph.
We've been playing it different.
Okay,
The DM is aware.
gotcha.
What do you mean?
It's fine.
Normally it's just beasts.
Oh.
This was a problem I had in a previous campaign where I think Zach kept turning into dragons.
That's off brand. Never happened.
You remember that, Zach? And then we made a ruling. It can
That-
be anything as long as the challenge rating is divided by 3, which is why you're coming back with no powers.
Right.
Ooh, Derek thought of all of this.
Anyways, yeah, just do what you need to, guys.
I'm going to add something real fast that I forgot to because I didn't check my start of session notes. On leaving the Mirror Realm, remember all your Chartolin was bright and shiny blocks of light. It calms down back to its black reflective surface once you leave, except for Jeff's sword, Bozu's scimitar, and the battery.
Rude.
Yeah, those are still glowing with light.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, cool.
Just wanted to throw that in there. Now you can feel free to kill Jeff.
No.
Finally.
So we
All
gotta
right,
give him
Jeff, time
enough
to die.
damage. Give him a lot of damage. All right.
What if we
Polymorph.
do multiple attacks?
Like at
So
once?
it's like, yeah, so it's instant.
Yeah, that sounds nice. I can blade him while you guys do some other stuff.
I just close my eyes and wait for death.
Hey,
So-
wait.
Grim.
Someone ask Jeff if he wants to be a human or a half elf.
Human or half elf, Jeff?
Oh man, I liked the pointy ears, but I guess I'll just go back to normal ears.
All right, he said human.
Well, it's only pretty temporary, so okay. All right. I whisper, this is even better than tattooing, and I like polymorph him into a human.
Zach, you are become human.
Hey, oh shit, I'm naked.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Fine.
fine.
All right,
You were the last time too,
Nothing
I
we
guess,
haven't
that you guys
imagined
did this.
before.
I cover what?
What?
Okay. I cover my bits and I close my eyes.
All right, we attack.
All
Jeff,
right,
do you have
on
a preference?
3.
Quick,
Huh?
Yeah, do you have like
Just
a
quick.
preference for how this goes down?
quick,
Is there like a poison
just
that we
quick.
could use?
How about like this? 3, 2, 1, attack.
Just
Yeah,
don't do it
hey,
on
just
attack. Oh fuck! Ah!
did Kerrigan get ahead of us on the 3, 2, 1?
I'm
Yep.
trying so hard.
Hang on, let me
I
do
dodged
something real
one.
fast. Well, I think Kerrigan misses because you turn back into a polar bear after the first attack.
Kerrigan, that's why we were all doing them at the same time.
I tried. It's really hard with what I'm working with right now.
Hold on.
That's actually what I meant by read polymorph. When you lose your HP, you revert back to your normal.
Oh, yes. Oops.
Yeah, but only if
Yeah.
you don't, but not if you until he dies. Bummer. Okay. I thought
So-
if we did it enough damage it'd be fine.
Kerrigan attacks. Jeff reverts into a polar bear and gets attacked again. Jeff is still standing.
I'm gonna Here, Jeff, have a little something. Just take the stick out.
What? You're prolonging it.
Well, hold on. It's not gonna work if you're not a humanoid. Unless we mess with magic. How do you feel about that, Derek?
Make an Arcana check, Michael. Not to mess with magic, but to I might have something to add.
14.
14. I don't think I have anything to add.
Yep. I mean, I wouldn't be doing it with Arcana. I would be doing it with my nature skills. But you know.
The soul of a humanoid, does that count for anything?
You can make an Arcana check, Drake.
Oh boy.
Okay, is there a way to turn Jeff into a humanoid?
Got a 9.
You have no idea.
I mean, if we were more powerful, we could use something like true polymorph. I wonder if Velen has true polymorph, actually, now that I think about it.
Is Velen alive?
Yes.
Cool. Have we found her recently?
Yeah, I mean, we
communicated
weren't
with
sure
her on
about
this
that.
side.
The last time you interacted with Velen was a sending spell you sent from the mirror plane. And you told her to meet you in Brinchander.
Oh, cool.
Which was
Convenient.
2 or 3 days ago.
I'm gonna send a sending to Velen and say, hey, we're in Brinchander. Do you have the spell true polymorph? See you soon.
You send that, you
so.
get back. Velen Harpel here. No.
Okay, so it's just the wish.
Where can it's been a few days. Where should we meet?
Another sending. Do you want to come to a birthday party? For B,
You
it's tomorrow at her house.
would Bell and Harpel want to go to a birthday party? Hmm.
For one of the smartest people in 10 towns.
I mean, Bell and Harpel's here too.
And so is Silas.
You get back. No.
Tell her
Okay.
to come to Keith's.
Yeah, there's a dead body.
So
Okay. Yeah, I'll use another sending and say, come to Keith's house. We have a body for you.
You get back.
Oh, and I
I
also add, we should talk later.
You get back. Yes, we have a lot to discuss. I still don't know who Keith is. I think you've mentioned tattoo artist. Where?
Okay, I use a 4th level spell slot.
Nice.
And I would like to send her Keith's exact address.
Sure. You get back on my way.
Confirm that Keith's body is here.
The door to his bedroom is closed, which is where you left him.
I'm gonna go check on that.
You open the door, and Keith's body is in his bed.
Okay, good. I will close the door.
All right.
Gross.
Hey, Derek.
That's me.
My cool ring that I had.
That you had.
Yes. I know it lost the magic, but did it break?
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah, I think I described it as like the ring itself broke.
Yeah, I just wanted to double check.
Just a
okay,
crack through it.
Can I go step
idea.
out and buy another ring? It doesn't have to be magic.
You just want
Oh,
a
do you
ring?
need a ring? I got a
Yeah.
ring.
Is it nice?
Here. Yeah.
Oh my god,
it's a
is that what you want to
platinum.
discuss with Melon?
Maybe.
Oh no.
I mean, B can make one probably.
I've got a platinum ring worth 50 gold.
Oh yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, here.
Thank you.
I'm taking it off my character sheet so you have it now.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Oh, I also have a platinum ring.
Yeah, so you now have 2 platinum rings, Silas.
Oh. Come on, Silas.
Well, now it can be matching.
One on each
All of the
finger.
party has
Little
platinum
Doctor
rings.
Strange.
There's also an extra one in the bag of holding that would go on Jeff. All of
Cool.
Jeff's equipment is in the bag of holding.
Hey, I've got an idea.
Ooh.
Can polymorph work on dead animals? Because I think technically it can. Nowhere in the rules does it say you can't polymorph a dead polar bear.
Oh, that's a good thought.
Mm-hmm.
The spell has no effect on a shape changer or creature with 0 hit points.
Darn it.
Hmm. Okay. Anyone else got any other ideas? Because I just spent a lot of money on rare unguents and I want to use them.
Silas, do you have any idea if it matters that he was a humanoid or like he has a humanoid soul potentially?
Can I do a Arcana check about that, Derek?
Sure, why not?
28.
You know that he was human before Hedron cast some magic that turned him into this, which might have been the same magic you're trying to use now. So, I would say pretty good chance that it's that case that Track is describing.
Yeah, trap. That sounds like a good idea. Possibly true. Good thoughts. I can tell that hanging out with me is rubbing off on you.
That'd be it.
It's all theoretical, of course.
All in theory, obviously. But a good theory. Good job.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Yes.
I think we should try it.
Jeff think.
Jeff,
should-
where are you?
I give a thumbs up
With your bear paw?
with one bear paw.
All right.
I close my eyes.
I do 48 necrotic damage.
Assuming
it felt kind.
Zach doesn't resist at all.
No.
Zach attempts to resist dying and dies.
All right. We didn't have to get rid of the token.
There's a now dead polar bear, dead Keith, and Zardarok's head.
Okay. You
In
guys
this
get
house.
Keith and Zardarok out of here because I don't want that messing anything up, okay? Just put them outside for a bit. Put on my
Keith's
gloves.
in his room.
Huh?
Keith's in his room with the door closed.
Okay, cool. Get
I'll put
Zardarok's head
Zardarok's
out of
head.
here.
Yeah, I'll put
Keep him in the
Zardarok's head in
bedroom.
there.
Because if Jeff comes back with Zardarok's head, like, 3 heads, like, we're in trouble.
When you pick up Zardarok's head, Track, the eyes open.
Ah!
Terrible. I want to open the bedroom door and throw it.
Okay.
Toss it like
No,
a
You do
punt
that.
softball.
him. Punt him in.
Punt.
Track slams the door closed as you hear like a soccer ball bouncing behind it.
I don't even think about it. All right. I take out my rare oils and unguents and I spread them all over the polar bear. Oh, actually, no. I wait. I'm gonna do. Yeah. No, I'm gonna do it. Yeah. I put it all over the polar bear. Because there's no sense in trying to polymorph because you can't do that. We agreed. I'd look over
Well,
my
the rules explicitly say.
yeah. I look over my shoulder at Silas as I start putting the oils on the fur, and I like shrug.
I shrug back.
Cool. And I once all the oils are in the fur and skin and everywhere else, I call on the forces of nature and cast reincarnate. The DM rolls a D100.
That's true, I do.
Drum roll, please.
Just had to check something. Are you ready, Zach?
Oh no.
Open Jeff's character sheet and get rid of all that elf stuff.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Because the polar bear slowly changing form as it stands up recalls its former life and experiences. It retains its capability it had in its original form, except exchanges its original race for the new one and changes its racial traits accordingly. Standing before you, much shorter than he was already.
Yeah.
Zach, go ahead and look up Hill Dwarf stats.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
wow.
I was
And,
distracted by Zardarok.
This is funny.
Was your wisdom 20, Zach?
No. My wisdom is 14.
Your wisdom goes up by 1. Isn't that fun?
Woo.
I don't know what sub race of elf you were, so I don't know how to undo what you did originally. Hope you were keeping track. Zach's gonna take a minute to do that. But Zach the dwarf, no, Jeff the dwarf stands in front of you, very alive.
Oh, I didn't have a sub race of elf. I guess I forgot about that.
You're just elf.
I was just half elf.
He's like, I don't see race.
Oh, were you half elf?
Yes.
You were half, but then you were full elf.
No, I was never full elf.
You're never full elf. Okay, human to half elf. So
He
you're
was,
half elf.
yeah,
So,
human to half elf.
figure out what you changed
Will do.
when you became a half elf. Undo all of that, and then do more stuff. Become dwarf. And I can check your character sheet after this to make sure you have
Gotcha.
like everything you should. So do your best for now. We'll get it straight later.
So where
Come
did the hill
down
dwarfs?
and give Jeff a hug.
So wait, does he look like the ones in the Dwarven Valley? Or are those mountain dwarves?
Where did it tell me that? Unclear.
Okay.
Derek,
I guess we're
DM
not
has
that
no
good at
idea.
telling. I guess we're not that good at telling dwarves apart.
What was your question, Zach?
everything is correct right now.
Sure, I'll definitely take your word for
All stats 20.
it.
No, most of my stats actually went down.
You solved my your best friend's a polar bear puzzle. I mean, if you don't want to be a dwarf, it's just another 1,000 gold of oils and unguents.
And I
And
have
one
to
more
die.
death. But you could be a dragonborn or a Duergar.
But you're so good at it now, Zach.
My max
Dying, that
HP
is.
just went up.
Hey, have you lost some weight?
Maybe.
How are you feeling?
Sure.
Yeah. That's fair.
I'm a cool 4 feet tall.
Oh, snap. Well, glad to have you back, buddy.
Oh man,
Thanks.
now he has dark vision too.
Yeah. Well, he did it as a half elf, I think, too.
Oh,
I
I
did,
guess.
yeah.
Yeah, never mind. He always had fire. So I thought he didn't.
He was helping your group see.
He's a very kind man. Ooh.
Hey, thanks for bringing me back, guys. I do appreciate it.
Problem.
Funny that you're small now. Kind of fun looking down at you.
How tall is
You
B?
finish
Like
saying
that change.
as walking through the doorway is Valen Harpel.
Oh, hey, Valen.
It's me, Velen Harpel, she says. Walking in behind her, of course, that cloaked figure you recognize as a Bodak.
Odak Horseman? Nice to see you.
Sure, sure. You said there was a body, Jeff's a dwarf.
What's up?
Yes.
We had some mishaps.
Honestly, it could have gone a lot worse.
Every time I see your group, it's like the craziest thing has changed, and I never expected.
Honestly, that's kind of on you at this point.
No, no, it's fine.
You should just expect it better.
I should. It's my Bozu, I'm on your side with this now. You've convinced me.
I feel like I can work with Smith's tools now.
Nice.
Just a
A
fun
little
little.
racist, but okay.
Is it racist?
Sometimes your body will come back with muscle memory you're unused to.
Weird.
Bozu, it's as if he's been raised entirely differently, is how his body feels.
Interesting.
So a little racist, yes. Where's this body you've promised me, Silas?
Oh, in the
Oh,
bedroom? Wait, what
yeah.
promise?
I think maybe we
Well,
should
it's a
like.
gift, right?
Mm,
Is it not?
maybe we should like give Keith a respectful burial or something.
That's very funny. And Velen marches her way into the bedroom.
There's also a head.
No, don't promise that.
See,
Giving away the farm.
we need to get rid of that.
This is a great way to get rid of that.
That's also a good point.
So, hey, it's me, Velen Harpel, calling out from the bedroom. It's, your friend Keith here is against us, I think. So it's a good thing he's dead?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. It's
Exactly.
complicated.
Yeah.
Okay. He had a writhing battery at one
Huh.
point.
Does that leave a mark?
No, she steps out of the bedroom. The part of the thing I wanted to tell your party here about, she holds up a little brown notebook. I have received a gift from Avarice. My notebook.
Her again.
Good.
Oh, you two are talking?
She delivered it through the rings, along with a note, which I was not thrilled about. She says she's no longer going to be interfering with us or anything, but she is going to tell the Arcane Brotherhood about all of this, which will get me and you into a hot pile of trouble.
We could kill her first.
That is interfering. She does know that is interfering, right?
Well, in her eyes, it's on us because we have failed to report a pretty significant magical finding to our organization.
Well, which one?
Yep, Arcane Brotherhood.
No, which
Ether.
finding?
Oh, time travel and Ethrin.
You guys didn't know about all that? Huh.
No, I've kept it from them because
I get it, because you'd have to re-explain it every single time.
well,
Yeah.
no, you don't think one of them would take over the time travel process? You don't think
Fair enough.
they would jump at the chance to travel back every chance they got?
This is our discovery. They can keep their hands off of it.
It's our discovery which has caused our problem, which is the world ending at the moment. And every time one of them would travel back, they'd have none of the progress we've made. They'd have none of the knowledge we have of the doom arriving soon.
But they would bring the doom closer by traveling
Yeah.
back, probably.
Correct.
So we gotta kill Avarice.
Good
What's
luck
the
with that.
What's the time frame on when she sent you that note?
This was, I think that was 2 days ago.
Is there any way we can get ahead of this and like tell the Brotherhood that she is lying because she started a cult?
That would be a good idea, except she has artifacts from Ephraim.
We could accuse her of trying to become a lich.
That's I've hmm.
What if we report to the Brotherhood that Everest has discovered time travel in Ether?
Well, that's what she reported already.
Oh. So that already happened.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I wish we got
My
a little
worries
more
are
notice.
here's what I'm anticipating for the future upcoming several days. The archmages are going to be furious and may arrive here. I think the only thing we can hope on is bureaucracy.
Bureaucracy?
Yes,
Rock
that
Bureaucratic.
and roll.
bureaucracy keeping them at the host tower of Arcane, or perhaps they're out doing whatever already.
May I ask a question?
Okay.
What is my current HP, Derek? I just came back from life or from death.
You're full, I think. I didn't see anything about it in reincarnation, so we can just
Oh,
say you're okay.
yes.
Otherwise, you could very easily spend a short rest regaining
Oh, I'm so strong.
HP.
Oh, Velen, we should make it so they can't make us testify against each other.
Smooth.
That suggestion tells me you're not very informed about the links the Arcane Brotherhood will go to for information.
But it's always good to have one strategy crossed off.
They're not lawyers, Silas. They are magicians, wizards of the highest level
Basically, lawyers.
who
Phoenix
will
Wright,
use
magician at law.
they have no qualms about magically compelling you to do things.
Fair.
What if we went back in time and stopped Avarice from telling them about time travel?
A possible option.
We did just do a whole thing killing our mirror selves.
Yeah, we still need to end the um, world-ending, problem.
Yes, save the world.
Yes.
Oh, save the cheerleader.
We solved it.
Where are there? Okay, guys, let's go to the 10 Towns football grudge match and figure out which cheerleader we need to save.
Yes. How old's Jeff?
20.
So young for a dwarf.
To be fair,
An infant.
yeah.
Anyway.
Right. My suggestion is either we fast track the time travel and just do that again, which has its own problems of bringing this nightmare closer still. Or we hunker down for a big old fight.
If we fight and beat the archmages, do we become archmages?
That is not how that works.
Boo.
Uh, the problem starts at you thinking you can beat the archmages.
Well, listen.
And where do the
Pretty
problems end?
powerful.
Where do the problems end? There is no end, I assure you,
I
Bozo.
killed the alternate version of me that's happy. I can do anything.
Holy
That
shit.
actually does. I think you've done that a few times, Silas.
Hmm.
I think you may have done that a few different times.
We've only fought our mirror selves once that I can remember.
No, but kill the version of yourself that's happy.
I don't know what you mean.
Never
Explain
mind.
it.
Psychoanalyzing Silas.
Let me just illustrate something. You're mistaken in thinking it's just the archmages that will come after you. Anyone aligned with the Arcane Brotherhood would consider you a problem. Lots and lots of wizards.
So do we
That's not
focus?
good.
Do we focus on the army that's going to come at us, or well, not us, you two, or do we focus on the world-ending event?
I mean, you're our accomplices, so they'll also be coming after you two.
I know an accomplice to you guys was a half elf named Jeff. I'm a hill dwarf named Jeff.
I would be willing to face consequences and explain myself to the Arcane Brotherhood and list all of you as hired adventurers, which you more or less are. That is given that we save the world.
Let's go save the
Okay, well,
world.
I
we're going to
also,
save the
I-
I
world.
do not want to be considered a hired adventurer. I also want credit for this.
Silas, you would either be facing death or saving your standing in the Arcane Brotherhood, which is what I would be trying to do for myself.
Yeah.
Okay. So my idea is if we do focus on the world-ending thing, there may be a wizard or two that comes up in the meantime. And then, of course, afterwards, we'd have to face the Arcane Brotherhood to clear our names as best we can. Though we did do a big, terrible thing of not telling them a secret.
So we just focus on saving the world, essentially.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of hard to tell them a secret if the world ends, so you're just dealing with one problem before the next.
Well, the other option would be, again, fast-tracking time travel. I think if we do the world end or save the world thing, we would want to somehow make sure time travel is inaccessible to anyone.
Sounds good.
We could just not tell him how it works.
I think I've let let me add to this. Avarice has time traveled,
Okay,
right?
good point. So we should kill Avarice.
Right, which Avarice would be expecting.
So
If you think Avarice is still here, plotting something, I like maybe, but more likely that she's hiding for the meantime.
Do you think she's already time traveled again? Is she going to start changing stuff in our present?
Yes,
Good.
Well, that sucks.
Bozu has grasped it.
Oh,
I
man.
think
Is
she
that why
is.
the Duragar are back?
I think Avarice may have gone back an extra time or two, and we are dealing with that now.
is the black? Did we already kill the black dragon then?
Black Dragon.
Yeah, we killed the Shardlin dragon.
Charlton dragon?
I'm telling you this. It's my conclusion on her delivering the book back to me. She no longer needs it.
God, time travel's so fucking trippy.
Just remember, your history is what you remember. You know what? Never mind. Forget I started this sentence. You're right.
Velen, did you want to go to a birthday party with us?
I think spending time on a birthday party would be a terrible expenditure of our resource, which we're running out of quickly, which is time.
Okay, well, it's tomorrow, and it's for B.
And I'm sure it's very important to all of you that you attend.
We can do the
Am I
birthday
right?
party and then head out.
Yeah, look, I mean, we can do it at midnight tonight so that it's a whole thing of like, oh, hey, now it's your birthday. Like the first second of your birthday, we're celebrating. Okay, gotta go by. Feels like a good middle ground.
What
I
time
don't.
is it right now?
It's like 2 p.m. We'll say.
Prize party can
Sun's
happen
just going
before the
down.
birthday, too.
Yeah, we could just do it right now. And
I
like,
already bought 3 cakes.
yeah, B barely remembers her birthday as is. She forgets every year.
We gonna gaslight her into thinking this is her actual birthday?
No,
I
no,
could just say
no,
it's surprise. It's early.
no. It's one. We'll just say it's one day early, but like, yeah, she doesn't put too much stock into it.
Okay, that's fair then.
So I wanted to ask your group, what are your plans going forward?
Well, it's B's
Have
birthday.
you did okay, well, let's ignore that because it won't help us save the world. Did you find anything in this mirror realm?
Yeah, we found a Chardelin witch and her Yeti boyfriend, but they can't come to this side.
We also found a giant
Oh,
pile of Chardolin that cursed a bunch of dwarves.
I mean that's to be expected, right? It's a reflection.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We did encounter Damareth.
Oh, yeah, we killed
Ooh,
all of our other selves. We did not find you.
I would, I would hope you wouldn't.
Do you think Mirror? I just want your take on this. You think Mirror Villain would be like cool or like like Silas?
What does that mean?
Wow.
You know how like in the Mirror world, the other Silas was cool, and in this world you're like Silas, and in this world Velen
Am
is
I
pretty
not
cool.
cool?
You're not cool. You're like Silas. You're like dad energy, but like angry dad.
Angry, edgy dad energy.
You're like
Edgy
the
dad,
dad who
yes.
went and got milk and didn't come back.
Well, yeah, that's
But you did that
exactly
for
what I
sure.
am. Like, I do
Right.
not have dad energy.
I
I
would agree
didn't
Yeah,
with
say you're a
that.
good dad. Yeah.
yeah.
Again,
Oh,
But I could have dad energy if I needed to.
Listen, I'm not going to speculate on what the other villain might or might not have been, and I don't think it's a good expenditure of our energy to do so.
okay, fair. Good to have you. Good to have you, keeping track of our distractions.
so
Yes, if you all could focus and help me save the world, that would be ideal.
so one thing that we did see when we killed Damareth in the other in the mirror realm was a slug kind of disappeared from his body after we killed him.
Like the one you described with Kit to me?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't know if that helps. Um but I do remember that the Kit's tattoos on the back were about like Atropus, right?
Kit is there and says, yes.
So then what if the slug has is it the slug that we're looking for? If we killed that slug, would it be would it solve this issue? Would Atropus not come anymore?
Uh, the Atropus is already being drawn here.
Right,
Why
but
would killing a slug
I
change that?
if it's like the homing uh signal, I don't know, man. I'm just shooting suggestions.
You are asking the right questions. I've been trying to answer that myself for a while.
It's because I turned him to a dwarf and now he's wiser.
So because the slug didn't help Damareth become a lich, is the lich thing the reason Atropus is coming? So if we destroy Damareth's phylactery or the slug, we might be able to like throw Atropos off, and maybe it might be still coming towards it, but hopefully the celestial bodies don't like collide.
You're naming a lot of things. Reviewing my notes from earlier, you said that Damrith was the reason the Nightwalker appears,
Right.
right? Which is a large cause of death in the future, which hasn't happened yet, which draws Atropos in a future that hasn't happened, but it keeps coming back further. I don't think you should consider Atropos to be playing by the rules of magic or time travel that we are.
Is it possible there's a range on time travel and Atropos is kind of like on the edge? So it goes back a little bit, but not totally.
I think I would have tested that, but I didn't.
I thought
Okay.
I thought we
Um,
already ruled that it was outside of what we time travel.
in my past, I can tell you time travel affects everyone in the world and on other planes. I didn't check so far as distance in realm space because, as far as I could tell, it affected everything.
Okay. Well, let's just put that one in our back pocket. And in the
It
meantime,
shouldn't be the case.
okay. Well, then in the meantime, just
So
let me
we
know when you want me to murder people.
so we know that the wand
Okay.
of Orcus brought the Nightwalker, right? You needed the wand of Orcus and the mirror on top of Calvin's cairn. Can we destroy the wand of Orcus or the mirror?
Well, you've already killed Damareth, haven't you?
We killed him, but not the slug. So, and he's a lich. So, doesn't he come back?
A lich would come back.
Right, but we didn't. We weren't able to kill the slug. It disappeared. So, I figure we have to destroy the phylactery, the wand of Orcus, and the mirror to ensure that Damareth and the Nightwalker don't show up. But I don't know how that
Yeah,
changes
but
Atropos coming.
then isn't Hedron stuck in the mirror realm forever?
Who's Hedron?
She's a friend.
Okay.
She like
And
murdered a bunch of people and created all the Chardalin in the world and created the mirror dimension and married a
oh,
Yeti.
that all sounds actually very important.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I brought her up.
Could you tell me more?
Can anybody else tap in here?
So,
No.
like, who
She's
Hedron
from my
is?
yeah, she's from my tribe.
Yeah, she's like a
Okay.
witch, ice witch.
Oh, this is the Charterlin which you
Yeah, the
mentioned
Yeah.
Chardalin witch.
briefly in a sentence.
Yeah. You ever seen Frozen?
Favorite movie.
It's basically that.
I understand completely.
He's-
But she couldn't get through the mirror, which was super weird, and neither could her Yeti boyfriend. Like,
Which, from our understanding with Kit and Damarith, means there are others of them here.
I knew it.
so anyway, I got her cool crown. I really want to put it in my head, but I have not been doing that. Because it seems cursed. But maybe I can locate object on it, except that that's only like 1,000 feet, right?
Uh, correct. Can I see it?
Yeah, sure.
Velen takes a minute to pull out a pearl and looks at
Wait,
it.
Pinky, promise you're not avarice in disguise again.
I pinky promise. She points to the bodeck.
Good point.
It's me. And a minute passes and she says, not magic and not cursed.
Cool.
There you go. We can check something off.
Can I fit it over the helm of telepathy?
Of teleportation?
Yeah,
Sure.
nice. Well, I wear this now. But we could use this to track down Hedron in our world, our realm.
Okay. Is that important?
Look, she feels like she might be helpful. She's also a bit of a hot mess, so maybe not. But um if there is one of her here, that's kind of a big deal.
Oh, true. If there was. Why? Is this the Charterlin witch from Icewind Dale's recent history?
Yes.
Probably.
Okay.
She
I
created a
only.
Chartolin demiplane.
Oh.
Mirror realm. So like she might be important.
Did anyone in the mirror realm that you talked to, they say anything about time travel or experiencing anything like that?
No,
Nope.
I don't think so.
Nope.
Nothing at all? Okay.
Pretty sure not.
Uh, ever the more you mention it, the more important Charterlin seems, and I'm only drawn to the idea that that big obelisk that lets us travel back in time is made of Charterlin.
Yes, it
So
does seem like maybe those are related.
I don't know how to connect those ideas, though.
Well, Charlin creates a mirror realm. Do you think we're really going back in time, or are we creating a new mirror realm that's identical but with changes in the past, time wise? Is this a multiverse? Is
Uh,
Atropos coming to destroy Icewind Dale in every possible reality?
uh, I I don't know that we would have a demonstrable way to prove that.
Me neither.
So I haven't been thinking of anything that I can't test, so I'm going to ignore that. Which isn't to say I am not acknowledging it, it just won't help us. And I like to deal in things that will help us. So let's get back to big picture things. Who can stop Atropos? Have you guys figured out a way to stop it?
No,
No.
we're still struggling.
All right.
Do you have any ideas?
I'm trying to remember if she was there, but Jeff, you had an idea several sessions ago.
Launch
Oh, I was just
myself at
thinking.
Atropos?
Launch yourself at Atropos. That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Oh, wait, was it when we kept looking at the the telescope and it kept bringing it closer, but instead of refracting it and making it look really tiny and pushing it away?
Jeff suggests we try to use the lens to bring Atropos's body here to fight. Velen says this is probably a bad idea. Was it that?
Um, my thoughts on why that was a bad idea is because I don't know if you all are ready for that. Do you feel stronger now that you've been to the mirror realm?
A little. I've got some. Oh, we've got some dope ass weapons. I pull out my sword. I go into the bag of holding. I'm pretty sure I'm having this conversation completely naked right now.
I'll agree with that. Sure.
Um, so anyways, I start pulling on my pants. I pull out my sword and it's glowing. And I said, "This is what the mirror realm did to my sword."
Nice.
It's
It's
Chardolin.
all shiny now.
Right. Do you have any idea why the Chardolin could change to this?
What did you do to make this happen? Did it just happen when you went there?
So yeah, first it was removed, like the curse was removed from it, and then it was exposed to like huge amounts of sunlight in the mirror realm. Oh wait, no, I dipped it in. Oh shit, I remember. I dipped it in radiant energy from the positive plane.
Yeah, we did
I
open
don't.
up a portal to the positive energy plane.
Why did you do that?
Silas did that, trying to open up a portal to the negative energy plane and messing it up.
And how convenient that Silas is standing in the corner, not talking to anyone right now.
Wait a second. So can that do it? Could the positive energy from that plane push uh Atropus, who is necrotic energy, away?
Interesting thought.
I mean, from our notes on that, is that not the goal of Atropus?
It is what? I'm sorry, I got a little confused by that little statement.
Yeah, let me check the notes to see how much you learned.
They needed the negative energy plane.
Atropus is bound to unmake living things.
So is the positive energy, would that help us or hurt us?
Do all of you know what positive energy is?
Not 100%.
It
No.
made me
Okay.
feel real good until I turned into
Oh, you exploded.
Freddy.
It may be cocaine.
Cocaine is a good way to think of it in a magical sense. It is, well, not for the next part I'm gonna say. Uh, it's the energy that more or less, more or less sifts down into our plane in the form of souls or healing, things like that. One who heals would be evoking from the positive energy plane. Yeah, I don't think we have to think of it like that. They just be evoking positive energy. The same way that negative energy, she points to the Bodak, lets him walk around. Positive energy lets you all walk around. Sense of giving life to things. Which is why direct contact with it is bad because your soul will inflate like a balloon.
Oh, I know.
Is that
uh,
okay? I think I've just put two things together.
yeah, no, I exploded and then became a bear, and now I'm me. Um, could we use that positive energy, focus it through our lens, and shoot it at Atropus?
You want to make a positive energy gun.
Beam. Yes.
Do you think we would have enough energy to satisfy Atropus?
Would it not oh, I don't know. Would it deter it like cats when they're sprayed with water?
Oh, no. I think the opposite would happen. I think that would be it. That would make it get hit. It'd be dangling treats in front of it.
Can we do a negative? Can we do a negative plain laser gun then.
You know, I've never thought of that. If we
Like,
allowed so much negative energy that we cloaked the presence of all life on our planet.
yeah, like just a negative energy gun at Atropos, and then it'll be like, oh, there's no food there, and it'll leave.
Maybe. We do risk drawing things out of the negative energy plane, though, if we do it in the way you've described.
Isn't that how the Night Walker got here?
Exactly what I'm thinking.
But I thought the night. So wait, was Damarith actually trying to stop Atropos?
He was trying to bring the Night Walker here,
Right.
right?
The Nightwalker in the past, of course, being the future, spreads death through Icewind Dale after it arrives, which is also something that draws Atropos.
So the act of dying draws Atropos.
Mass death, yes.
Gotcha. So we can't just do like. Do you think the Nightwalker could come from that little? We got a 3-inch Chardolin lens. Do you think he could get through that one?
The more important thing, do you think you could get through that one?
No.
I haven't described this part of Nightwalkers, but I think I've told you they are drawn out when someone touches the energy of the negative plane. What I haven't told you is that that person is then drawn in and replaced by it.
Oh, that's pretty important.
Yeah. So I don't know if we want to summon a Nightwalker because one of us would be drawn through and flung into a plane of darkness and death.
Okay, but what if we do that with like Zardarok?
It still
He
brings a
just
Nightwalker though.
yeah, okay, good point.
Okay. So is this line of inquiry even like helpful? Like the
It's a new thing that I get to think about, which is fun for me.
So do you remember the one thing I posited? The one idea I said a few weeks ago? Because I say a lot of dumb shit and I just can't remember.
The thing that Track already described.
Oh, that one, right. So do you think we just bring Atropos here and fuck it up?
Yeah.
Well, again, I'll ask you, do you feel more powerful? Are you sure you're ready to fight? I don't even know how
No.
to describe an elder evil.
No, we're like level 15.
Oh, okay.
Honestly though, maybe a little more training and we would be. Like not even a whole lot.
I mean,
No,
we've
A
no,
little
beaten
just
a
a
more.
little
god
bit.
before.
Honestly, that's why I was recommending subplots like finding this lady and killing a Nightwalker, you know?
Let's get that milestone XP. Um, to your point of you've already killed a god, Oriel is drained right now, and she's a lesser god, anyways. She kind of brushes off the idea of Oriel as a god. Let's see. You've all been to Ethrin, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many?
Yeah.
Once, if I'm right.
Just
Yep.
once.
Yes.
Okay. You all. Do you all have? You all went to what's? Sorry, I'm trying to remember things. She's flipping through her book. Do you all go through Iriel Arthas's study,
Yep.
Yes.
his staff, and things like that?
Yes.
And would you happen? She's got like a smile on her face now. Would you happen to have a scroll of Tarrasque summoning?
I do.
Yeah.
Are you telling us we have to fight a Tarrasque?
I'm just saying it would be a good test of your abilities
Sounds
to
pretty
fight
fun
the
to me.
Tarrasque.
Yeah, that sounds real fun to
Yeah,
me.
I've been planning to use it for you know, really mess up Tropus. But
Didn't I tell you that's what you all tried last time?
oh yeah, maybe it
Yeah.
did. Now I see how we would have gotten there.
Or I should say the last time I would have you get it.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say you got yourself on the face of Atropus and then summoned Tarrasque?
Is what you all did. That
Oh,
was you all were like, this plan's so clever, and I never heard from you again.
ah,
It went really well.
must have worked. Uh,
I doubt the Tarrasque can do significant damage to it,
so
if
I
any.
I think we can fight a Tarrasque. I'm not sure what what that involves.
My
We can
question
take
is,
it.
where can we fight a Tarrasque safely?
Oh yeah, away from people.
There's
You've got the
lots of empty space.
We
yeah, I
do have an
suggest that
entire
here
moving
because
sea.
you have the wilderness of the Dale, kind of far away from people, and it's cold enough that I doubt the Tarrasque would travel too far if it happened to kill you all. Which isn't to mention the whole world ending thing in, I don't know, a week now. It's hard to keep track since Avarice has been dabbling.
So
So what if we just spitballing brought a Tarrasque to Avarice?
I don't know where she is.
What if we found her?
Like, that would take a
She,
lot of time.
yeah, this is a wizard who knows she is being looked for.
Okay, fair enough. I guess I was thinking her weirdo henchmen at the castle might know what she's doing.
That's
I'm
not a bad idea, actually. Do
I'm
you think she
down.
would have brought any of them with her? Sorry to keep interrupting, Jeff.
You're good. No, that's my bad. Keep going.
No, 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 never mind. I'm sure she would take measures on the whole thing. Anything else you all have to mention from the mirror realm? You were gone for a few days, and you told me you'd be back, and then weren't.
Yeah, well, we were trying to save the Charlatan witch and didn't work.
We encountered some trouble with the positive energy portal.
Was that unexpected? It sounded earlier like you guys opened it on purpose.
Silas opened it on purpose because the writhing battery told him to. But we all were unhappy with that.
Um, you all, you. Let's see. Let's see if I have this straight. My notebook tells me that when we fought Keith at the base of Kelvin's cairn, he had a writhing battery with him, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
And if that is the case, I would have warned you to never touch these.
Yeah, you did.
The writhing batteries.
Mm-hmm.
You did.
And can you just say that last part again, please?
Why would you think
Trey?
Silas would listen to that? Of course, Silas touched the battery. Silas kept the battery in his mouth for a little bit.
Oh
Silas
my
died and
god.
still touched the battery again.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Silas died and then continued to touch the battery when we brought him back.
Also, the battery isn't. It doesn't look like a battery anymore. It's like a green battery.
We still have it. We're just not touching it.
You still have this.
Yeah.
There's also something wrong with Silas's soul.
Join the
I
club.
don't doubt it.
Oh no no no. We fixed that. We fixed that though.
Yeah.
A god put their soul back together.
Every
Hey.
time I ask you guys for more details, you bring up such insane, like, not. These are not the things I would expect you to say you encountered on your adventures.
So I
And
This is what
that's
I'm
why
at.
we're just the adventurers to take down the end of the world.
This is why I ask you for details on things.
We're
I
giving
expect
them.
you to bring these things up first, like Silas had a arriving battery and died, and a god fixed it.
We
so
all tell stories like children.
We do. I mean, to be fair, I'm 17.
I'm 20. So Silas had a writhing battery, died. My goddess, brought him back, and said it was a real tough job because his soul was torn to pieces. And now I'm not
Well,
allowed to talk to my god unless I'm praying.
isn't that how it normally works?
For you, maybe.
Okay.
And also for you now, also.
Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. Anyway,
So
yeah.
Silas is over in the corner. We've had Velen points to Silas and casts a spell. It's just silence. Don't worry, he won't hear any of this. I've lost a Silas or two to writhing batteries already.
That's not a surprise.
I
Bad
can
track.
see how that would happen.
Yeah, okay. Not surprised to anybody.
No.
Cool.
No.
What did you say happened to this writhing battery?
We have
You
it.
still have it,
Yeah.
and
Do
it's
you want?
changed colors.
Yeah, it's green now. Do you
How
want to see it?
good?
It's smaller too.
No, wherever. Do you have it somewhere safe?
Not really.
No.
Oh, doesn't Silas just have it?
No, it's in my bag.
You
Am
know,
I
we could
fully
probably
clothed
fit
at
it
this
into the
point?
little on my new antler crown, we could probably replace that Charlatan gem with the writhing battery. I bet they're about the same size.
No, Bozu. Don't do that.
I didn't say I wanted to, I just said we could.
Pretty cool.
So, Tarask fight?
No. This is more important. The whole writhing battery thing, because we have one now. The only way I've gotten rid of them in the past is they're part of the process. That means Avarice would have had to have one or two.
How many are there?
I'm unsure. The most I've seen in one, she holds up her hands and does air quotes, timeline has been 2.
Okay, well, ours is also smaller now. It's like 2 inches by 2 inches by 2 inches.
Right, I've never seen that.
Yeah, and it's small and it's condensed and it's green.
Wait,
And that
where
was
did you
when.
get this one?
So we stuck ours in the positive energy plane.
No. Back further. Where did you get this?
We got it from Mirror Silas.
Yeah, he had one.
Well, that makes sense.
Wait, was his green? Am I wrong? Did ours change? Or was his always black?
I think it changed. I don't think it was always green.
Yeah. I
The
thought it,
one that Mirror Silas had was glowing white, like the rest of your Charlotte.
oh shit. Yeah, sorry. That one was glowing white. Yeah. And then it turned green.
I am not happy about this.
Yeah, join the club.
Wait, if writhing batteries from our universe want Atropus to come, do you think mirror writhing batteries don't want Atropus to come?
I don't think you should distinguish between the two. Stop it.
I don't, just throwing stuff out.
The mirror battery did tell Silas to summon the Nightwalker.
Oh, right, yeah.
Usually I'm pretty good about cursed objects and how to handle them immediately, but you're describing a supercharged writhing battery.
Yep. Apparently, it turns your intelligence up to like 11.
I'm sure Silas found that very appealing.
He did.
The only consideration I have would be I don't even know if it would work. We could open my demi-plane and toss it into that and just hope nothing happens.
It seems a little risky to just hope.
I know. But I'd rather have it in a
I'd
little
rather
pocket
keep
of void
I'd
that
rather
I control
keep it in
than
our fabric pockets and hope for the best.
I don't see why you think that would be a better option.
We can watch it.
Because you think you're monitoring it?
Yeah.
I don't like how you said you think you're monitoring it. I mean, you're right. None of us are actively monitoring it, but like,
No, and do
Uh,
I even know whose pocket it's in? Not a clue. I want to say track.
it's in my bag.
It exerts an influence whether it's in a bag of holding or not.
Hmm.
Well,
Maybe we should be rid of it then.
well, my brain is a steel trap.
Have any of you seen Roy? I've told you about Roy, right?
Yeah, I want to meet Roy.
Yeah, I've been waiting so long.
We've
I
never met
wish
him.
I wish he were here because as far as I know, he's been the only one to be able to resist it.
How?
She shrugs. It's it's the whole appeal of Roy.
Well, Akio Roy.
He's uncursable.
Could we message him?
No, it doesn't work like that.
Hmm.
Why not?
He's he's from a pocket dimension.
Oh,
Uh,
of course he is. Typical Roy.
well, how about you open a pocket dimension, we toss in the writhing battery, and if we're lucky, it'll be Jeff's. Or I mean Roy's.
She's flipping through her book. I don't know. What do you all know about Roy?
Very little. He sounds cool as hell.
Extremely
He
little.
has a robot?
Okay.
He was like a wizard or something, and he blew a bunch of stuff up.
Yeah, and he
Yes,
has
he's
a
a clock. He's a clockwork sorcerer.
That's
He
cool
can
as hell.
resist the writhing battery.
I just told you that.
Oh,
Exactly.
he's
wait.
uncursable.
Wait. He's the robot? He doesn't have a robot?
He's not a robot. He's a human.
That oh, there was a racist robot that like almost killed us
Okay.
out in the tundra. Is that his? You said earlier it was his.
Can you describe it?
Oh.
Oh,
Well,
wait. I said earlier it was his.
yeah. You're like, "Oh, that's Keith or that's Roy's."
Hmm.
It lasered us to death.
That would have been one of its radiant abilities. It's destroyed in the tundra. Give me a minute. She starts flipping through her book. Did I? When we were in Ethran, did I mention Roy at all?
Yeah.
Yes.
What did I say about him?
I think you just said that he sometimes is there.
Oh, that's all.
No, you said something else too. I can't remember.
Because I don't have anything written down about mentioning Roy when we were in Ethran. Let me illustrate my concerns. Roy will occasionally show up when we've reached Ethran and have not found a writhing battery. My assumption is that he has found it somewhere in the dale and has arrived to deliver it to us. Everest has traveled back in time. My concern being she either had one in the past or she killed Roy and took his. But I don't know if that would have been in the past or future. The future, of course, being Everest's past. It's possible we're
Well,
getting
it kind
too
of
out
doesn't
on
matter that
tangents
much.
on whether or not Roy is or isn't.
Yeah, I think if he's here, he'll show up at some point, and if he's not, nothing new.
I
I think we
agree,
gotta go.
Bozo.
Yeah, I think we gotta use a writhing. We gotta go stash a writhing battery and fight a Tarask.
Okay. Do you want the writhing battery now?
Yeah.
I wish Roy were here. Yes. Yes. She points to a wall and casts a spell, and a shadowy doorway appears to a 30-foot by 30-foot room.
Cool. I'm gonna use my. Oh, I'm gonna try and pull out my Jekko. Does my Jekko come out?
You concentrate, and a dwarven Jekko appears.
Haha.
Ooh.
Wow, he's short. Ah. I'm gonna have him pull out the writhing battery.
Okay.
And I'll have him. Does he just toss it in?
Jekko is holding the 2-inch glowing green cube. Velen comments. That's a writhing battery?
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, it's obviously magical, but
Yeah. It's a little pumped up writhing battery.
hmm,
Some would say it's +3.
I don't know
What
why anyone would
happens?
say that.
This is
Oh.
what happens when you soak it in positive energy.
I wonder why that happens.
Do we just throw
Uh,
it in?
yep. The
But
Jekko tosses it in,
hucks it right in.
and Velen will cast Dispel Magic to get rid of the demiplane.
Nice.
Doorway, I should say.
I will take it out of our party fund.
Well, I hope that never comes back. All right, who's ready to fight a Tarask?
I am not. Can we take a
Oh,
few
I
hours
am.
so I can attune to all my gear?
if you are
Yeah.
not up for it today, we could do it tomorrow.
Let's do it tomorrow. We'll just take a little bit of time tonight to our birthday party and rest up.
Yes,
Or
you all should prepare for a battle. Like if you chose your spells or something every day. I don't know why I said it like that. You literally do. I do too. Prepare spells that will help you in a battle. Um, do I know anything about Tarasks? Me, Velen, how about? Ellen Harpel. Oh man, you know what would have made her a lot smarter for this check?
Hmm.
A writhing battery.
No.
Oh, I will cast a spell on her if she's trying to
Oh,
recall
ooh,
something.
I can give her guidance.
I will also give her enhance ability. Intelligence checks.
nice. I feel like I could think about anything and it would be better. I'm checking spells for a second. Because she has the spell Legend Lore, but doesn't have it prepared. What a helpful thing that would have been. Presto Thinko. Ooh, 30. Creatures. Tarask. Tarasks are dangerous, she says, nodding.
Well, I'm ready.
Okay, any
Oh, yes, of course, more things. They're very good at destroying structures and things. I would not let them near 10 towns if you can help it. They're very good at fighting and destroying things, and you know this already. Hang on. She ends the spell silence on Silas. There's a chance that they reflect spells, similar to the Charterland Dragon. Isn't that funny?
That is awfully funny. We should not use so many spells.
Oh,
What about magic weaponry? Or non-magic weaponry?
I mean, on a 30, I can tell you it is. This is just me, Derek, telling you. The Tarrasque is immune to fire, poison, and non-magical attacks.
Okay.
So if you have a magic weapon, you would need that.
does it if how big is it?
Gargantuan.
If I were to be
It's
on top,
technically a Titan.
if I were to be on top of it,
Uh-huh.
what's the ability for it to attack me like riding its back? Does it have an elongated neck where it could bite me off? Is it
It has a
incredible?
it has a tail.
It has a tail,
I don't know why I'm slipping into Velen's voice. Yeah, it can bite, it can claw, it's got horns, it's got a tail.
but being on
It
its
can just
back.
scare things. It can just throw you off if it wants.
Okay. All right. Hey, Velen, can I
Try not to
get?
get swallowed by it. There's more.
Okay.
Can't be charmed. Don't even try it. The last thing I think I'll add, blind sight 120 feet. Invisibility will not be helpful.
Um, is there any stats of it? It's like, is it not particularly smart or not particularly? I assume it's strong. Is it not fast? Like, does it have any weaknesses?
Um, I think it's common knowledge. Not really common knowledge, but for those who know the Trask, it's mostly built for destruction. Not a lot going up on upstairs.
Okay,
It is a mindless killing machine for the most part.
cool.
Um, could I ask then, Velen, would some would evasive like gear
Uh,
help? Something to increase my speed or possibly flight?
Flight might help. That's just a general battle sense, though. It's me, Velen Harpel. Flight is generally a very useful thing. It makes the battlefield three-dimensional.
Okay. Um,
I'm going to add to the thing I told you just now, Bozu. It's me, Velen Harpel. While it's not particularly bright, it is built to resist magic, if that makes sense.
Yep.
So, any spell will have a hard time taking effect. despite its
Got it.
non despite its dumbness.
I shouldn't try to be clever with wisdom saves and things like that.
I think its weakest ability to attack it on would be its dexterity. I'm just talking game terms now. I've
Yep.
stopped caring. Dexterity would be the easiest way to attack it.
Okay. But it's immune to fire and poison. It's like 90% of me, so I think I'll be doing a lot of healing this battle.
No, that's good.
What about lightning?
Hmm?
What about lightning?
Lightning should be fine.
Oh, good.
Do you know how hard it is to hit?
Yes. Very hard to hit. This is a monster whose presence signals the fall of a great city or civilization. If it were easy to take down, it would not be the titan it is.
Okay.
This will be the most difficult fight you've ever attempted, should you choose to.
Hey guys, I would love to use some flight capabilities, some like a broom or maybe boots if possible. Is that okay if I spend some cash on that?
Yeah.
I'm cool with it.
Is there anybody else who wants to buy some gear before we go into this battle?
No, I'm
Flying
gonna
would
try
be
to save
cool.
our. Oh, I need armor.
Velen, would we be able to talk to Vulture and get some gear?
Yes, we can arrange it, though I'll need to make some preparations, because I did just basically quarantine my own demiplane. It'll be a tomorrow morning thing, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
Or I guess I could today if we really need it. Do you
How is
need
Anybody?
any?
everyone doing on healing potions? I've got 1 potion of greater healing.
I could always take more.
We should probably have some more.
I've got 2 potions of greater healing.
Nice.
Oh, does it do any necrotic damage or anything like that? Because we have these potions of necrotic resistance. I don't know if I want to use.
Oh, no, I wouldn't worry about that for this. It mostly just maims and destroys.
Cool. Okay. If everyone is knows what they want to do to prep, I think it's kind of just a waiting game for tomorrow morning. And when Velen's ready to talk to Vulture, we'll do Bee's thing, and then we'll head out into the wilderness and fight this Trask.
And we could do B's thing tonight so that, we're just ready tomorrow morning.
Sound good, everyone?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Velen, do you want to meet tomorrow in town, like the center of town, at like let's say 10 a.m.?
We can do that.
And then we'll talk to Vulture, and then we'll just go from there.
Yes, now that we have a plan of action, my last question to the group. You mentioned that Valish attacked me last time.
Yeah.
I'll say something out loud that I haven't. Well, I think it should have been obvious. Everest traveled back in time a few times. Okay. At a
Yeah.
minimum, she would have had to do that with Valish.
Gotcha.
So, what is everyone's opinion of Valish Scant?
We should kill him.
It's on site.
I think that answers my question. Much easier than the other option.
Which is
Well, if we wanted to make sure that time travel was an inaccessible thing, we would need one of two things: the
oh,
spell from underneath Oriel's fortress, or Valishgant alive. So,
So if either of those two are out of play, no more time travel.
for a while at least,
Cool.
until someone figures out how to undo that.
find Ethan. Yeah.
Yeah, until someone can replace the functionality of Valish or the
It's
Codicil of
weird
Light.
that he's the only guy who can figure out how to do that. I'm not really sure.
He's made it very. Uh, he's put effort into making sure it stays that way.
I guess that makes sense. Anyway, yeah. Do you think he's with Avarice?
Right now, he's in
Yeah.
jail.
Oh. You don't think Avarice went back in time and broke him out?
I think she did. Yes.
So why would he
No,
still be in jail?
she went back in time, broke him out, went back in time again, didn't break him out, told the Brotherhood.
Yes, she
Got
was
it.
diverting from the loop.
Okay, cool. Well, maybe we go to jail and unleash a Tarrasque. No, that's a bad idea.
No, I don't worry about it. I'll just send a sending spell and then it'll be taken care
Oh, that's pretty cool.
of. I've told you about my simulacrum.
Yes. Looking for the entrance?
Yes, I'll divert her to this new course of action. Kill Valor's Gant. You guys like Terminator?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know
what
what that
he.
is, but I'm into it.
That's what he's gonna be dealing.
I hardly know her.
She waves her hands and casts a spell and says, "Velen, good news. Time to kill Valish." And ends the spell.
Were you
Let's
setting
do
like
it.
an alarm?
No, I was contacting my other self.
Oh,
There's two of me. One's made of ice and is a magic construct
nice.
that has been trying to replace Valish's role in this, finding the entrance to Ether. Unsuccessfully. So now she's gonna go kill him. Which will either succeed or will have another problem in the future. You
Problem
all
for
figure
future
out.
us.
You all figure out what you need from the Brotherhood, equipment-wise, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Have fun.
Okay, see you tomorrow morning.
And she leaves through the open doorway of Keith's house, along with the
Oh.
Bodak.
Enough time left in the day for me to stop by an armorer.
Absolutely.
I'd like to get some armor. But do
You
they have anything that's not made
sprint.
of metal?
Oh, I was gonna say to Garn's shop. But if you're looking for non-metal, you'd be able to find like studded leather. Kind of implies metal, doesn't it?
A little
Duds.
bit.
What kind of armor are you looking for?
Bone.
Bone armor?
Yeah. Scrimshaw armor. I can help.
I think that would be expensive.
Probably.
But you'd
But
probably
I
be
got
like
money.
you'd become like a icon of 10 towns if you had that.
Look, I have nothing but money.
Money is no concern. You know there was someone in Lonelywood that worked in bone.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted a full set of armor that was made of it,
That'd take time.
I'll have you roll a d20 again. It's not the most likely thing that
14.
would be a. You want bone armor. You want bone armor. You want bone armor. Huh.
Yeah.
I was hoping you would say, like, I want scale mail, which is 50 gold in the equipment page of the player's handbook. Bone would definitely be a type of heavy armor.
Oh, can I do heavy armor?
Oh, I don't know.
I might
You
not. Hold on.
you
Armor,
might be able
light,
to.
medium.
Okay. Yeah, this is something that'll definitely take time. If you
Okay,
want
well, what can I
medium
get
armor
for
bone.
what can I get for now while I get that process going?
What are you in right now? Hide?
Probably yes, I think I'm in hide armor. Anything better? Scale mail made of scale?
Here's something. You might be able to get dragon scale mail, the Arcane Brotherhood.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that tomorrow. In the meantime, can I
That
get
might
the
be
process
expensive though.
going? Okay, well I'll figure that out.
A lot of tabs open. I'm sorry I'm making this difficult, Michael. Should be able to answer you. Scale mail made of bone and hides and things. You might be able to put in an order for. It'd probably be like 75, 80 gold.
Oh,
And
okay.
take like a 10-day.
Okay, well it won't help with the Trask, but I'm putting in an order.
Yeah, if you wanted to speed up the process, it'd probably be double.
I'll do it.
So 150 gold, we'll say 4 days is probably the fastest they could make it,
Okay, cool.
which would be Uktar 30, some holiday or another. Night all 1, Night all 2, Night all the 2nd.
Okay.
Bozu armor done. Parentheses, bone scale mail. I have that written down now.
Cool. All right. In the meantime, I'll just try to not let the Trask hit me.
Okay.
All right. Surprise party?
Do
Surprise
balloons?
party!
Do balloons exist in Icewind Dale? Do they have balloon technology?
No, there are no balloons in Icewind Dale.
Damn it.
We can inflate animal parts.
Oh yeah. Oh, but they won't float.
We can attach them to the sides of walls.
Maybe we could just get some confetti. That'd be fun.
You could get like drift globes on strings. That might
Jeff
be
made
fun.
some really good confetti the other day.
Yeah, dude, let's get those party lights.
Yeah.
You guys get some confetti from somewhere, some colored candles. It's great.
Cool. And then when midnight comes, we're gonna knock on her door and be like, surprise.
We could also have
Yeah.
Jeff take her out for like a meal and then decorate while they're gone.
Yeah.
Love it. Let's do that.
All
Let's do that.
I'm gonna I'm gonna go knock on B's door.
B answers and is there.
Hey B, um, I know your birthday's coming up. Do you want to go get some dinner?
B says yes.
Perfect. I take her to the swankiest restaurant in all of Brinchander.
B's being real cool about the dwarf thing.
Yeah.
I've noticed you're a dwarf, she says.
Yeah, I'll tell you when we sit down and get some breadsticks.
It's always great to try new things, she says.
Thanks, I do appreciate that. And I'll just tell her about, the adventure so far.
With some modifications, I hope.
And then I exploded and turned into a bear.
The more you tell her about your adventures, the more concerned she grows.
No, but it's cool. I've got Silas and Track and Kerrigan and Bozu and Astrid, kind of.
She calms down and is not concerned anymore.
Did I list everyone?
I don't know.
Did you get Kit?
Oh, you forgot
Kit's there
Kit.
too.
Oh, Gelt. And
It
Lumi.
doesn't necessarily make us safer.
Oh, and Lumi's back. You knew that. He's at your house.
She nods.
So, yeah. I want to take B to ye old olive vegetable patch.
You're muted, Silas, is why I can't hear you. Oh, okay. Never mind. Can't hear anything I say.
For the bottomless salads, soups, and breadsticks.
You treat B to a nice evening surprise birthday-ish dinner. Meanwhile, everyone else...
We're gonna decorate real hard. Everything.
Make it look great.
Ooh, can we make party hats?
Mm-hmm.
Who lives with B besides Lumi? Those little dudes?
Kobolds.
Kobolds. They definitely need to be dressed up.
Alright, you spend time dressing up the kobolds.
We set up the 3 cakes. And the globe lights.
Sure.
I guess we could hide. I don't
We
want to
should
give her a
hide.
heart attack, though.
She'll be fine. We can jump out and yell surprise.
Sounds good. I'm gonna take all the kobolds and I'll hide and then hide them behind me.
You guys want to transport via plants?
No. But I
Oh,
like
Because
the idea.
we can jump out as a surprise by putting a plant in the middle of her house, and then we all just walk out of the plant.
Oh,
do you
that's
want to
actually
do
a good
that?
idea.
Yeah, it's different.
All right,
Show us what you
cool.
got, Bozu.
We got a fern or something in here, and move it to the center of the room, and I get another plant outside, out back, that we can hide by.
Sure. There are 2 large ferns that B has put a lot of effort into keeping alive. And Lumi has not eaten.
I give Lumi some food, some rations.
Lumi is happy.
I love you, Lumi. I'll never let anything bad happen to you ever again. That's why you're not coming with us while we fight a Tarask.
Lumi frowns.
It's okay, we'll
You
be
guys,
fine. It's
you
on
guys
purpose.
hear the door open to B's house.
Do it now.
Well, we gotta. Okay, everyone in. Everyone into the plant.
We do it.
Bozu casts transport via plants, and the plant opens. Jeff, you walk back. You're holding the door open for B. She walks back in. There's a plant in the middle of the room
Now.
that springs open, half a fern on each side, as your entire party just appears, jumping out of it.
Surprise!
Surprise! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
B is fully armored in front of you guys,
I
with her hands
100%
pointed
do.
forward.
I
I
and
hold
then-
deflect
up a
her
kobold
arm.
as a shield.
I deflect her blaster arm up.
Jeff jumps in front of her, taking the blasts, as the helmet retracts, and B tells you how happy she is that you're all here. And also sorry for attacking you, Jeff.
No, it's cool. We brought cake.
I light candles on all 3 of the cakes.
Nice. B walks over and blows them out one by one.
Make a wish. Or 3.
And you all spend the night eating cake and having B as company, and also kobolds and party hats.
Just be like my
Right.
present.
Oh, what do you the a
The
bracelet
matching
that
friendship
says
bracelets.
friend? That's so great. Zag, does B like it?
Yes, B would absolutely put the one she was given on immediately.
Yeah. Look, we're matching. Best friends.
Jeff will also give her the present.
What present did Jeff get?
I got a Tinker Tool set engraved with a small bee on each piece.
B is overjoyed. I love it, she says in B's voice.
Perfect.
Okay, next morning.
All right, you all get a long rest. Feel free to pick spells and things, increase your level by 1. You know, just normal
Whoa!
stuff.
Wait,
Ooh.
what?
Wait, really?
Everybody gets a level up. You escaped the mirror plane and did all that mirror stuff. I was
Hell
waiting until you
yeah.
guys got out to let you level up, and I couldn't have expected all the things you did there. Have a level.
So we're at 195,000.
Whatever level 16 is.
So that's level 12 for my fighter.
Ooh.
Oh no. Taking away that like 15 HP that I got hurt so bad.
One thing you missed, Silas, was the group took the writhing battery from the bag of holding, tossed it into Velen's demiplane, and then closed that. Just to have it be gone.
Cool. Fair. Fun. Nice.
There was a
So
lot of
good
talk
of
about
everyone to do.
what you guys experienced and how it would help you fight the end of the world. And also, Avarice traveled back in time again, at least once. And were you there for that? I don't remember.
No.
Avarice is telling the Arcane Brotherhood that time travel and world
Oh,
end.
no, I got that part.
Okay, perfect. Nice.
Oh man, what ability score improvement. I cannot top out wisdom. Maybe it's time I finally get a little quicker.
Yeah, you guys get feats and things too.
Do we?
In place of an ability score improvement, you can choose a
Mm.
feat. What am I leveling up notes?
That's fine.
Oh, here's a whole chapter on when people get to level up that I've been ignoring. Campaign rules, maybe? Leveling up. On gaining a level with ability score increase, you can take a feat instead of the ability score increase. A lot of them have +1 if you don't want to do the +1, +2. I don't know if that was a helpful sentence to say. Some feats give you +1 to an ability score as well, so you're not missing much.
Warcaster time.
Workout has been pretty fun.
Oh, and you all agreed to fight the Tarrasque. Silas is what you missed.
Okay. Cool.
as a preparation for things to come.
Everything is definitely totally fine.
Oh, wait a minute. I can get heavily armored.
You could.
And then I can get my cool bone armor.
Wouldn't make the armor appear faster.
No, but I could use better, or I could use it.
Could use better armor. Feel free to take a quick break as well. Only about an hour left. I don't imagine we get a whole Turesk fight in. You guys have some shopping to do as well, so if anyone needs a restroom or water break, now's the time.
Derek, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Let's say I feel that this leveling up is happening. Can I take off my ogre strength belt or giant strength belt first so that my strength is
Okay.
not 20?
So the way that the belt works is whatever your original strength is, it becomes 23.
Oh, right, it just
It's
becomes 23. Never
yeah,
mind.
it's as if like that's not something you can increase. It's always going to be
Okay,
23 while you
yeah,
have the belt on.
cool, never mind.
So just pretend you already don't have it on if you're planning on
Thank
increasing
you.
strength. Werebear is a little different because your strength then becomes 19. I don't know. I just said that. Just in case any of your werebears and are thinking about something.
Does
Hey, can you repeat
anyone
that one more time, Derek?
If your strength is 19 as a werebear and you're at an ability score increase, you could increase it to 20
Nice.
from 19. What was your question, Silas?
I wanted to ask if anyone else had plane shift.
I do.
Okay.
I'll note for you, Victoria, that because Bozu's a druid, that's something he can choose to prepare at the start of his day. It's not essentially something he has every day.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just wanted to make sure someone else had access to it.
But
Hey.
as a druid, he has his whole class list to pick from.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Derek.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to take feats from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Tasha's is entirely fair game. Yep. Can I ask which one?
Slasher.
Yeah. You've already fought some NPCs who've had one of those feats.
Fuck.
Hey, what did I roll for the first one?
15.
Thank you.
Yeah, anyone doing anything wacky, like taking a new class or whatever else? Multi-classing into a new class, I should say.
I'm switching my class. I'm now a barbarian 16.
Well, that's fine because I was expecting that this whole time. Congratulations, Michael.
I'm not.
Derek, may I ask, if we chose to roll every level or take the average, do we have to do that constantly?
No, you can pick every level.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna roll for the first level ever.
Woo!
Oh yeah, guys, ready? My hit dice usually fail me. Fuck.
It's not a 1.
Still though, I saw the 12 and I got greedy.
12?
The one above from Kerrigan.
Oh.
I could have gotten 3 extra points.
Silas, what's your max HP right now?
This is so funny. It is 65.
All right.
I consider taking tough, but that's not true to the character.
You have 3 open attunement slots also, Silas.
Yeah. Can I attune back to my arcane grimoire and my barrier tattoo?
Yes, you can. And the group is also going to shop magic items in the morning with Velen's assistance.
I want a new ring.
So feel free to look at magic items as well, keeping in mind your party fund here. Oh, I see 4,000.
That is correct.
We lost a lot of money bringing me back to life.
Yeah. Mel, do you think magical bolts might help?
Maybe? My crossbow is already a magic weapon.
Right, but if you load it with certain things, like if we can get arrows that do like hold monster or something.
Is that a thing?
I believe there's a rule where you can imbue bolts with any
That might
spell.
be like an artificer thing.
Oh, I
I
might
don't
be
know if
wrong.
there's bolts that do that. I
Maybe
could see
not
that.
then.
I could see that happening. Bolts with rune stones on the end that when they break, they cast the spell. That'd be cool. Not a thing, though.
Damn.
You want to cast Hold Monster on the Tarask.
That would be nice. And because it's not a spell. Oh wait, I guess it would be.
Man, once I get to level 18, I'm never being a giant anymore. It's gonna be in wild shape all the time.
I should move you guys back to bees. Yeah.
Feats, and I'm thinking of taking observant or resilient.
Both good options.
Yeah. Any thoughts? Because if I was resilient, I could now be proficient in con saves.
Hmm.
Which would help with not dying.
What part?
Just con saves come up a lot. And I'm bad
I
at
was
them.
just trying to think of them. I think that's just like poison, some types of spells that deal necrotic damage. Which I guess you're going up against.
Are con saves what we do for exhaustion?
To save against getting there when you're traveling.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
Yes. So con saves would help you travel farther by foot. And I will add, Kit has observant as well.
Oh.
Not to discourage you from taking it, but just letting you know that your party has access to it. If you remember, every time Nick says, "But I can read lips,"
Oh, yeah.
which
Yeah.
I feel like is every single time someone talks. And then you'll get to say it too. Did you guys leave the crates from Keith's safe house in here? Bee's house? I think you brought them to Bee's.
I can't remember.
So there's just 2 crates in there filled with, one's filled with scrolls and one filled with chartolin.
Oh yes, they are there.
Yeah. You guys just go around moving all these magic items, and I figure out where they are. Leave Zardarok's head on the kitchen sink in Keith's house. Anyone still leveling up?
I'm
I'm
good.
still picking out a feat, but that's it.
Okay, just wanted to see where the group was.
Hey, Bozu, do you have an open attunement slot?
I don't think so. Let me check. Nope.
Darn.
I got my cloak, my belt, and my helmet.
Because I want to unattune for this fight. I want to unattune from the necklace of prayer beads and the boots of the Winterlands for 2 other things.
But your cold resistance.
Right, I would get a ring of warmth and something else.
So I don't need boots. What did the prayer beads do?
The prayer beads have 5 beads on them. The best bead was taken, because I was irresponsible with it. But as a bonus action, one of the beads can cast bless. One of the beads can cast second level cure wounds or a lesser restoration, and then 3 of the beads can cast greater restoration. All as a bonus action.
Feels complicated. But that might be better than my cloak of protection +1. You don't want. What would you be replacing it with?
I would be replacing it with winged boots.
With what? Oh,
I would
so
buy winged
wait.
boots
So do they do the beads like recharge every day?
every dawn.
Oh, sick. And you've got, but you listed 5 beads, but there's only 4 of them. Which one's gone?
No, I listed 5 of them.
Oh, I thought you said one of them just was
There
taken.
were 6.
Oh, there were 6. Okay. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll attune to that instead of my cloak.
All right,
Nice.
so it's a necklace of prayer beads. I'll just put it on the main server.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'll make the magic item available to you, Michael, but the specific beads have to be noted down.
All right, they're in the general chat.
Ozu. You should have access to them now
Thank you.
in your journals. Jeff, you can also take time to look over what you have in the party fund to sell for money.
Gotcha.
If if you are talking to the Arcane Brotherhood, they will purchase your wares. And can you remove correct Chartle and Mirror?
Sure.
Amulet of Health.
Amulet
Uses
of Health
that.
is Kit's, right?
Yeah, and he's wearing it, so get rid of that too. And Zardarok's head, get rid of that. And the Charlatan staff, get rid of that. I think you guys traded the incantations of Iriel Arthas. So I'll have get rid of.
We put that in the we gave that to the
Candlekeep.
Yeah.
Astrid has the trophy from Sports Ball.
Azak.
Yeah.
So it was 1 bead is bless, 1 bead is cure wounds or lesser restoration, and 3 are greater restoration.
So it's in the general chat on Discord.
Oh, you put it there. Thank you. Sorry.
Yep. You're good.
Yep. Okay, I was right.
I just want to make sure you know it's a 2nd level cure wounds or lesser restoration, because that does change things.
Yes.
And they can all be activated as bonus actions.
Nice.
Necklace of Prayer Beads. You can cast from it as a bonus action. Just to make you aware of this in advance, Michael, I believe if you cast something from it as a bonus action, you'd only be able to cast cantrips on that turn as well.
What?
There's a rule for casting spells as a bonus action.
No.
Where if you do that, then the only other spell you can cast that turn is a cantrip. So you wouldn't be able to use this and do a high level spell.
But what is convenient is that these bonus action things I can. These are bonus actions would be things I can do without. Oh no, they require concentration. Bless does.
Bless requires concentration. I think that's the only one.
Okay. What does greater restoration do?
That'll cure things like lycanthropy, petrified. That's all I can think of.
Hey, Derek, is Jeff still bitten? Okay.
The answer to that is yes, I think. Oh wait, no.
Your
God, I
strength should
don't.
be 19, Zach.
Oh, then yes, I still am.
Unless you want to be greater restored
Nope, I am good.
or remove cursed. Is everyone here? Everyone done leveling up?
Yes.
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 Michael.
Yes.
Perfect. Velen Harpel kicks in the door and says, "Everybody wake up. It's time to start a new day of adventuring. It's October the 30th at 8 a.m., she shouts. Happy birthday, B. She looks to all of you for approval that she acknowledged B's birthday.
We're all
Give
very
her
happy.
a
Thumbs up.
I'll give her a thumbs up.
Same.
All right, let's go do something. Oh, you all wanted magic items, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, I have good news.
Yeah.
Roy's alive.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Did you
Last
find
night
him?
last night I used my highest level spell, my wish spell, to learn if he was alive or not, and he's alive, so that's good. I'm sure he'll show up whenever is convenient to him, if at all. Alright, who's ready to go shopping? It's shopping time, everybody. You've got all your gold ready?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, we're just gonna go there this time, because I can't be bothered with my demi-plane.
Oh,
I
okay.
have a demi plane.
So the way this would work is they would have also have to have been to your demi-plane to access it.
Ah, I
Yes,
see.
that's the whole fun thing about being further progressed in the Arcane Brotherhood is we all know each other's demi-planes.
Cool.
All right,
Let's do it.
Velen cast the spell Teleport.
Nice.
Ooh, gotta double check that teleport thing. Oh, give me 1 second. Oh, okay, never mind. There was a 0% chance of failure. As you all appear, I don't have a map for this at all because you all arrive in Luskin.
Oh boy.
Oh, hell yeah. My
The
hometown.
Yeah, you are Silas. You would recognize this as the teleportation room in the host tower of the Arcane.
Nice.
A huge circle on the ground greets you all. It's a teleportation circle. I don't know how to better describe it. Silas, you would have seen this. I don't think you would have been high level that they expect you to memorize it yet.
Hmm.
But that's certainly something you can do if you want.
I would like to memorize it.
Yeah, you can write down Host Tower of the Arcane teleportation circle as reference for the future if you need it.
Hmm.
Oh shit, I just remembered we might be being hunted by all the archmages.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Is this a good idea?
I forgot about that, frankly.
But doesn't Vulture just want some coin?
Yeah, Vulture should be cool. Um, but if there's any alarm bells that they were, this is so stupid a play that I doubt they would expect it.
That's where we excel.
We'll have to. We're putting a lot of hope on them not expecting this, but we should be very quick, I think.
Yes.
And she will start running down a corridor
Run
as
after
best she
her.
can.
Follow.
She kind of
I
like stumbles after the first few steps. Okay, hang on. Just quick, quiet walking, maybe to not draw attention.
I cast Pass Without a Trace.
Ooh, yes, do that. I think your spell fails.
Fuck, my spell failed.
Oh shit. Okay, yeah. There's
Yeah.
wards and things.
I give Velen my class ability for advantage on stealth.
Okay, yes. Everyone just be good and quiet and roll a stealth check, please.
I want to do guidance on Velen as well.
Okay. That'll work.
I got a 28 on
I
stealth.
can I help support her?
She already has advantage,
Cool.
which I think you would know she needs. Let's see. Bellen gets a 9, which is pretty good for her.
Big spicy.
28. That's pretty good. You all start making your way down hallways. The further you work your way into this place, the more labyrinthine it seems, which Silas, you know, is by design.
Yep.
Eventually arriving at a Velen kicks in the door of one of the rooms where there is at a desk you recognize Vulture. Across from him on several tables are labeled rings that you would recognize as ring gates. This is the hall center that he's been operating out of. Vulture goes, "Hey everybody, I don't remember what my voice is."
It was that. Oh, that's good.
It's good.
That's good.
It's me, Vulture. Let's you guys are all hunched in a corner for some reason.
We're just very close.
But yeah, if you guys want to hang out here, Velen said that you had some things to sell and some things to buy. I did tell him that. It's me, Velen. So come
Oh,
on,
Bye.
be quick
awesome.
about it. Less time we spend in here, the better.
So first things first. Sup, Vulture? Nice seeing you again.
Sure.
So is anybody okay? Is everyone okay with me selling the staff of the Python?
Yes.
All
Yep.
right. What about the 4 vials of Quicksilver to create Magen?
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, why
I
not?
don't know what that is. Go for it.
Perfect. I want to sell those, and then I'd love to sell the uncommon barrier
Hang
tattoo.
on.
Oh,
The Python. What was the other thing? Quicksilver?
the 4 vials of Quicksilver to create Magen.
That I'm gonna have to check. So give me a minute.
Sure, I'm starting to just remove this from the party fund.
I didn't bother telling you a price for the Quicksilver, huh?
Nope.
Spires. I gotta open notes for the Spire. Please, Windows. Please.
And
Please let
then
me open this window.
this is not for you,
No?
Derek. This is
Okay.
for everyone else. Is everyone cool with me selling 3 remove curses scrolls that we got from Keith, along with his uncommon barrier tattoo?
Are we like out of money? Because I can help.
We're
I
just
don't
getting
think
rid
we
of
need to be. We don't
stuff
need
that
to
we don't.
sell. I don't know. We need to get rid of curses all the time, don't we?
Yeah, I think maybe we should keep those.
All right,
Yeah.
keep those. That's fine. So then just the barrier tattoo, and then I think that's all we have to sell right now.
I'll let you know the crystal rod was a part of that. If you want to get rid of that.
Yeah, I'm cool with getting rid of the crystal rod as well.
Crystal rod and Quicksilver. I just write down a total somewhere. Please, brain, work faster. Okay, so you're getting rid of the Quicksilver, the Crystal Rod, Staff of the Python. Who wants to roll for that?
And a barrier tattoo uncommon.
Well, you're getting ahead of me again. You said this isn't for Derek, and then I stopped listening.
No, you're cool. I'm adding to it. That's all.
Okay, don't do that.
My bad.
I'll just roll for it to make this go faster. Yeah. Nice. Okay, I'm listening now. Mark off the Quicksilver Crystal Rod.
Those are a Nick thing. I can't mark those off yet.
Nice. Crystal Rod. Trophy. All right, what else are you selling?
Wait, we're not selling the trophy.
Astrid has it. It's not in the party fund.
Oh, gotcha.
You could also sell the trophy.
Oh.
That was it. That the staff of the Python, and then the uncommon barrier tattoo.
That's everything?
Yep.
And oh, I already have price for that. No, I don't. Oh man, I'm rolling really high. But if that's everything, Vulture will total that up, letting you know you have. That'll net you 4,400 gold. 4,400 gold.
Awesome.
You can just add that to the party fund now.
Already did. Okay, does everyone know what items they want?
Yes.
All right, we'll go alphabetically. Bozu.
Don't need anything.
All right, I need a ring of warmth and winged boots.
Ring of Warmth you can get for 100 gold.
Cool.
Winged Boots we'll have to roll for. Winged, not ringed. Winged Boots.
Are wing boots attunement?
They
Yes.
Okay.
300 gold for those.
are. Awesome. I'll do that. All right, Kerrigan.
I want a potion of greater healing and wing boots.
Potion of Greater Healing are 300 each.
All right, so
that'd be
that's
600.
Yep, another 600 going off the party fund.
Winged Boots are 300 as well.
All right, you got them.
Thanks.
Silas.
Hi. I would like a ring of mind shielding and a ring of warmth.
Ring of Warmth, 100. Ring of Mind Shielding. Is that rare?
It is uncommon.
It's uncommon.
Mm-hmm.
400 for that.
All right.
These are in high demand.
Can I have all of that gold from the party fund?
Already got it.
Thank you.
Track.
I don't want to hop on this winged boots train.
300 gold.
Got it.
Just checking. The ring of mind shielding does not have another soul in it already, correct?
Ring of Mind Shieldings from the Arcane Brotherhood are guaranteed mind free.
Perfect.
The ones with mines in them cost more.
That makes sense.
Track. Anything else?
That's it.
How much are +3 pieces of ammunition?
Ammunition +3. A good question. Those would be in the tens of thousands of gold.
Holy shit. Okay, never mind. I'm all set. Anybody else need anything before we bounce?
I forgot.
I'm
Can I
good.
get a potion of greater healing?
300, I think.
Okay, editing it now.
Thank you.
Yes, 300.
All right. Track, Kerrigan, Bozu. Any last minute things?
No.
Not unless they got really cool bone armor.
Nope.
Vulture, you got
No.
bone
Alright.
armor?
Maybe, he shrugs.
I'll take it if you got it.
as I desperately look through magic items like a fiend. Magic items, type armor. You want it to be magical?
It could be.
How magical?
Doesn't need to be that magical. They call me moderately magical Bozu.
I'm rolling something. If you have gold to spare, we got some +1 bone plate.
Plate. What does that give me? Defense wise?
And make your AC 19.
Mm,
19,000.
How much do you have,
no.
Bozu?
Less than that.
How
Never
much?
mind. I have 14,680. I also don't want to spend that much money on +1 plate. That's BS. No thanks.
Anything else, guys?
Nope.
All right. I think that is all for us. Thanks, Folger.
Done. We've got half plate as well.
That's okay.
10,000.
Yeah. You're overpriced.
It's magic.
You're not that magic.
Could you do 8,000 and we'll take it?
I'm not allowed.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Everyone good?
Yep.
Let's head out.
Let's go. Bellin, we're thank you. We are all set.
Velen nods at you and says, if we're ready to go, I can just cast teleport from here.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
She concentrates as she casts the spell teleport and says, oh, does she have anything from Brinchanter? Do you want me to just take us out into the wilderness or
Wilderness of
Brinchanter?
10 Towns?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are ready to do this right now. Are you?
We all just need to take an hour to attune, right?
Yeah, I think that's.
Yep. I just need to
Oh.
attune.
So yeah, let's go to the wilderness.
Oh, I've got a funny idea if you'll help play a part.
Maybe.
You all just bought winged boots, though, so I don't know if it's the best option. What if we did this next to the Ragged Glacier? And maybe the Tarrasque hit this. Oops. Hit the glacier.
We'd have to do it on a super low wind day.
Low wind.
Why?
Right. Because if all of us are in the air, we're going to get fucked. The winged boots are going to have real struggle.
Well, I can control the weather.
If you want to control the weather, lower the wind, yeah, we'll do it near the Ragged Glacier.
Yeah, what's the harm in controlling the weather?
Did we tell her about the time where we controlled the weather and then got attacked?
I don't know.
Yeah, we did. And then she told us she's done it before too.
Right. Okay.
She wasn't very impressed.
Okay. Let's go to we can definitely do the Reggae Glade.
She concentrates hard again and once again casts a spell teleport, but for the first time for real this time. Real. Move you all to the Icewind Dale map. But yeah. Bazinga. Teehee, don't mind me. That could be anywhere.
Hey, it's Aetherin. Let's go.
Hey! You all appear next to a high wall of sheer ice, hundreds of feet in the air. Welcome to the Ragged Glacier. Welcome to the Ragged Glacier, says Valen.
Thanks.
Thank
We've
you.
we've been here
Yeah.
before.
Oh, right.
I'm gonna start setting up a small camp just so we can all sit down and attune. Um, so I will get a fire going and then just sit down with my 2 items and get to know them.
Hey, Derek,
Yeah,
can I ask a question I should know the answer to?
yes, always.
When, like, a magical attack creates something like rocks or thorns, is that magical or non-magical damage in your book?
That's magic.
That's magical bludgeoning or magical piercing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
99% of the time.
Okay.
I would like to say again, if I die, put on this ring. It's not going to take you over.
You're always so grim, Silas.
It's just last time I died, I got resurrected and no one put on my ring, so I just wanted to throw that out there.
Can I insight check this?
Yeah.
16. Will it take us over if we put it on?
Silas seems to be being straightforward.
Okay.
Your friend said your soul was destroyed, Silas.
Okay, fair. Um,
It was torn.
yeah, but that was said
Ouchie.
by
A goddess.
Jeff's god,
Goddess.
goddess.
Hey, God. It's me, Valen.
So maybe that was not true. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Velen, can souls be like torn up?
I don't see why not.
Thank you.
You mean like literally ripped apart like a fabric?
I don't know about that. I'm not
Okay.
acquainted with the physicalities of souls.
Yeah, I assume being a soul torn apart was metaphorically.
She probably dumbed it down for me. So, yeah, that makes sense.
All right, you all set up camp and spend an hour or two attuning to objects.
Can I talk to Bellin privately after that?
How many items are you attuning to?
One.
One, you've got a whole hour of attuning, or not? No, you got a whole hour of other people attuning to things. You can talk to Velen privately.
Hey, Bellin.
It's me, Velen Harpel, she says.
You know, I've been thinking a lot about where in my life things might have gone down a path to make me less happy than the other version of myself that I saw. And I
She
think
stares at you.
maybe I should have been there for you and our son. And I know I wasn't there for a while, but I'd like to be there now. I'm gonna pull out the ring. Do you want to give this another go?
I'll let you make a persuasion check.
Hey,
Can I do guidance?
No, they're off talking privately.
That's fair.
I got 23.
Velen looks you dead in the eye, says, "No."
Okay,
Ooh.
fair.
Last I checked, you are still married. So
I'm planning on getting divorced.
that'd be a good first step.
First step? What will the other
Yes.
steps be?
Oh boy. For years, that first step has been a big step for you. So I think we'll have that one on the table. And whenever you get around to that, just let me know.
Silas is married?
Yeah, I can let you know when my divorce goes through.
And I'll fact check that that is actually true.
I would say that I'm hurt, but I get it.
I don't know why you are doing this right now. There's more important things happening.
I mean, yeah, but I did die and have to be resurrected by a god. I'm going through a sort of not midlife crisis, but crisis.
Would it make sense to you, Silas, that I have seen you go through this before?
Yes.
Perfect. Then you let me know when you get to the end of that road. Whatever transformation you're going through.
Nice. Excellent. Good meeting.
Good meeting.
I leave.
Make an insight check for me, Silas.
Oh, 25.
She seems sad in a way that makes you think that she's heard almost this exact same thing before.
God, I really suck, don't I?
Oh no.
It's only session 56, so we're starting to learn.
The worst part is he didn't get divorced again before asking her, because if she shot him down, he was just gonna try again with his wife.
Oh boy.
Boo!
Ooh,
Boo!
Silas, no.
Yeah, boo his actions. You should.
Who is Silas's wife? Why am I thought it was Velen.
No, ex-fiance. She broke up with me after finding out that I was already married.
Which, very fair. Don't you have another 2 kids with your other wife?
I have one kid with my wife.
And is
I
That
her
have
you know.
name
another
by any
kid with an
chance
ex one night stand.
and is your ex-wife's name by any chance Roy?
No.
Bummer.
And I don't
Okay.
think I have any kids by that name.
Man, I'm worried I wrote down something a really long time ago for that exact conversation and I'm forgetting it. I know it's somewhere.
What?
Where would it be? Where would I save that?
Is this the ex-wife's name?
Because I have that in my notes.
This is all like the character creation. Victor, we'll move on.
It's in my character backstory on my page.
You all attune to your magic items. Hooray! You all sit there, stunned by your newfound power.
So now that we're all set, I want to go talk to Velen and ask how long will it take her to get the weather under control for a good, clean aerial fight.
Oh, you actually wanted me to do that?
Yeah, I
Sure, I can.
wasn't fucking around.
Okay.
Well, first, what's the weather like right now? Is it windy?
It is always windy in Icewind Dale.
Okay, that makes sense.
The Icewind part of Icewind Dale coming from the cold, frigid, icy. The ice wind coming from the glacier. From atop the glacier, I should say. Whose top is more like a desert than anything else, which is why wind happens. It's windy and cold, is what I mean to say. Do you want it like hot?
No?
I can make it a blizzard.
No, I would just say stop the rain or stop the wind. That's it.
Stop the wind. I mean, there's better spells for that.
That's all we really need.
I think there's a spell that's just control the wind.
However you want to handle that is I mean, you know your spells. I just need no wind.
Okay, I can do that.
Perfect. All right. Is everyone ready? Everyone have their spells all good. Everyone got their gear.
Yep.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, I fish out of the. Oh wait, no. Where is this scroll of Jurassic summoning?
Where is it?
Oh, I have it. I
Nice.
think.
Yeah, I thought Bozu had it. Whenever I guess you're ready.
Yep.
It's me, Velenharpa. My spell is concentration. If you would rather have me do that than anything else,
Yeah, we're here to get XP. We don't need to share it.
I
Get
thought the
bored of
plan
that?
was. Yeah, I thought the plan was for us to test ourselves, not for you to.
oh,
Uh
I was planning on helping.
oh,
If you you think you can all take on a Durask without me, I mean, go
Maybe it would
for it.
be
I
maybe it
guess
would
I
be
can stay
better.
out.
Maybe it would be better to have Velen's help and just deal with the wind when flying.
fair enough.
No, no, I like Jeff's confidence.
How about hold the wind, and if things are looking rough, we'll ask you to kind of tap in.
Okay.
Everyone good with that?
Mhm.
E.
All right. Some in the Tarask.
Okay. I take out my little thingamajig, my little scroll, and I'm like, hocus pocus. Jurassic's the focus. Come hang out on the glacier.
Using an
And
action to read the scroll causes the Tarask to appear in an unoccupied space you can see within 1 mile of you.
okay.
Put it out about
Half a mile?
I would say like 1,000 feet.
Okay.
Or no, because we want it to hit the regular glacier at some point, right? 500
Mhm.
feet. That
Oh,
sounds good for you guys.
it's me, Valenharpa. I was hoping right next to it. And if you could, like a like a bullfighter, jump out of the way as it hits the glacier.
So 500 feet, we lure it in, let it charge us, and then jump out at last minute.
Sounds good.
All right.
Yeah, just grab the
I
Trask token. Mm-hmm.
No, that's great.
I'll be the one pulling the charge in if you guys are good with that.
I'm gonna walk far away and hide a little bit. I'm not gonna jump that quickly.
I'm gonna start levitating. Get about 50 feet up off the ground.
Velen casts a spell, and the wind stops.
All right. As soon as it starts charging, we'll move out of the way, let it hit the glacier, and then maybe just like all pelt it at once. Right?
Sounds about
Yeah.
right.
That sound good? All right. I'll be lead focus of
Do
its
you want me?
anger.
Do you want me with you, Jeff?
No. I'm gonna use my sharpshooter ability. And what I need after that is I want you to do you have any way to like slow its movement a little?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll have you once it charges me, I'll duck out of the way, and then I need you to like start doing all that spectral explosion stuff from your crossbow, whatever that stuff is.
Okay.
Because I might die. So I don't want both of us to die. Maybe I'll come back as a human next time.
The clouds above you guys open up in a circle as Velen Harpel gives you guys a thumbs up.
Track, I just got a better idea. You float 200 feet above me and shoot down. Can your range do that?
Yeah, will do.
Awesome. So I'll be right in front of it. You'll be hovering 200 feet above me, so it won't be able to attack you, but it'll still get the sense to come in this direction after getting a few shots in its face. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Awesome. Kerrigan, when it hits the glacier, hit it from the side. Silas, if you've got anything to slow it down, I know it's resistant to magic. Figure uh, whatever spell work best for that. And Bozu, what do you think you're good at?
Stuff that does stuff. I can conjure up some elementals, I was thinking. I can if at any point you want me to, I can reverse gravity and just make it float in the air, and I think that would be kind of fun. But I'll wait on that. For
That's
now I'm gonna stick with like blight.
okay. Perfect. We've all got our game plan. Um, let's get a Trask going.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Trask here?
You open the scroll and read the words on it.
Is Trask here now?
Oh,
That's too
Whoa!
big. Sorry. Summoning a Tarask. The earth
Dun.
shakes as it lands on the ground, summoned slightly above it. A gargantuan thing. I'm just gonna don't worry about it. Random battles. Random battles. Delete everything. Map. I'll set it up next time. You guys see a giant, multiple-legged, big-tailed, big head, big carapace, big-tailed. There's a giant thing coming to kill you.
Derek, as soon as I see it, I am firing.
Pew pew. We'll get there next time. I hope you all are ready. I hope you loved my description of the Trask. It's big, it's bad, it's full of malice.
Terrifying.
yes.
Yeah. And you guys just summoned it in Icewind Dale. All right.
Hell
Sure
yeah.
did. All right. Thank you, Derek.
So I just have
Thank
to
you,
set up
Derek.
a 500-foot wide battle map for next time.
Yep, just that.
Perfect. All right.
All right. Talk to you later.
Yeah, next time we play, you guys will take it on. We can get to it then. Thanks for playing, everybody. Wee.
Thanks, Derek.
Bye.
Thank you, Derek.
Good stuff.